Cut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
Come on in, people.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
That's where we tell the truth.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
All right, all right, all right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, people. The immigrants, the migrants, the asylum seekers, they're getting their money. Come on in. Let's talk about it. A lot of you guys was down there today, and I need an update from you guys. Definitely need an update. Come on in, people. Come on in. The lines are open. Telephone
Call
number.
in number 872-299-0808
Crystal.
or
All right.
872-297-6389.
Latanya Mason. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, y'all, by the way, don't forget to leave your boy some stars now, people. Leave your boy some star. This is the Crime Chaser. I'm live, uncut, unedited, people. This is what it is. You can go back 5 years on my platform. You can go back 6, 7 years. I'm still a Crime Chaser, live, uncut, unedited. Often duplicated, but never imitated, people. All right. All right. Candy Apple. Christelle Marshbanks. Christelle. All right. Darren Lee. What's up? All right. Mario Rando. What's going on?
You already know what it is. Live.
Miss
uncut,
Dawn Marcella.
unedited.
All right. Gilda Simone. All right. All right, people. I got some stuff to show y'all today. We're going to talk. Listen, that meeting was in. Listen, I knew that they was going to pass that city council vote. People, listen. I'm ready for you guys to call in. I mean, the streets of Chicago are supposed to be full. Demetrius Warren, what's good, my brother? All right. Tam, is that a family? What's that? I can't pronounce it. Hey, Tam, let's put it at that. Billy Kinslow, what's going on? Rashawn McLean Johnson, what's going on? Man, black people, you guys are, man, I'm telling you. Strong black man, Martin G, my big brother. Thank you for another mother. All right, Anton Taylor. All right. Alvin Norton. All right. Man, Lavelle Cunningham. Hey, my brother. Come on, talk to us real quick. Come on, talk to us, bro. We ain't gonna delay the good, and if those ain't in here, they ain't in here. Go ahead, my brother. 3470. Yeah, you on. You're live, uncut, unedited.
All right.
We jumping right into it. We ain't finna waste no time.
All right, Crime Chaser. Let me say this, black people. Hold on. Let me get you off because you're getting an echo.
Okay.
All right, there you go. All right, let me say this, black people. We need to hold every black alderman accountable for voting on this bill that just passed. It's $51 million. Every last one of them. They don't do anything for us. When they come around back to school, they get these little free book bags and pass them out like they're doing something. When it's come time for vote for them, they get these turkeys, which they hardly paying anything for because they're getting a deal on them and pass them out to them. That's all we worth.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to start holding them accountable. We need to find out every last one of them that voted yes. And then not only that, the ones that lied, talking about they didn't know it was coming to their ward, especially them. And they know who they are. Because really, people, wake up. They're going to be the new workforce.
Mm-hmm. Listen to this. Hold up.
I can't wait till all of them get in.
Hold it,
and
brother.
I can't wait till all of them get into a shelter.
Yeah. Hold it. Listen to this, brother. This is on Daryl Smitty page. I wanted to play it. Listen to this, brother. I got it right where I wanted to play it at. Okay, let's see. Listen to this so you can see this. I'm going to play it for you guys. Listen, people. Listen, this is Raymond Lopez, Alderman.
Disaster, war. We have come together to meet the challenge. And we are in this spot with this current predicament because we have never heard a clarion call to unite this city, confront the humanitarian crisis that has been brought to us. We have never had a citywide discussion that brought all communities to the table to hear what exactly the plan is.
Can you hear my brother?
Hello. The
I hear you.
administration began receiving the first busload
Listen.
of individuals August 2022.
Yep.
Only 9 months ago, we've been receiving individuals, and in 9 months, this chamber and the previous administration never laid out the plan to the public.
That's right.
Say that.
Never said, what can we do
That's right.
to address the situation? And I understand there's all kinds of politics when it comes to immigration, I get it. But that's the federal government's issue. Our issue is they are here now. And we have to address the here and now. And we can't do that by hiding on the 5th floor, the 6th floor, the 8th floor, the 10th floor, and any other floor.
That's
that
right.
makes up
We're
this building,
all over
without telling the 2.7 million people that make up this city what we're going to do. We've come to learn about a month ago that the administration, prior to your arrival, sir, spent $112 million to address the situation, which one of my colleagues just said
Wow.
has individuals who wouldn't be alive, wouldn't have food, wouldn't be able to eat if it wasn't for the donations of others. Where the hell did $112 million go?
Where? Say that.
This is a question every single one of us should be asking.
That's right.
Because regardless of the issue of who's here, the real question is,
Where the money at? Where the money
where's
at?
the 51 million going?
Where the dollars at?
And what happens July 1st? When we're broke again?
That's right.
Now, we can talk about investment in other communities. We can talk about investment in the black community. We can talk about investment in the entire city of Chicago. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, we have in this book right here, the 2023 Chicago Recovery Plan, which was a gift from President Joe Biden with over $2 billion
Listen.
to the city.
Where is the money? Where is it?
2023, ARPA, the American Recovery Plan Act, this body, under the previous administration, committed to $538.4 million in the year 2023. Projects from affordable housing, homelessness, infrastructure, youth development, environmental justice, homeless services, small business, tourism, violence prevention, and other wonderful things. If you'd love to see the book, I'm happy to share it. But on every single page, despite everything that we've talked about, everything that we're saying that we're going to do and commit ourselves to do, when you look at encumbered and expended year to date, zero. Zero.
Listen.
Zero.
Tell the truth and shame them devils.
Does not matter what people say they're going to do for your community if they don't spend dollar one to do it.
Say that. We want our money.
Amen.
As she was
I'm gonna hold it right there for right now. But that's what I want to bring out. That happened today in the meeting. That was Raymond Lopez. He didn't even vote for it. He voted no. So my thing is, people, it's a lot of stealing going on. That's what is going on. It's a lot of stealing going on.
Well. Not only that, the Latinos don't even want them in their neighborhood. It's taking their resources.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants them. No one wants them here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, I don't condone violence, but let me tell you something. This goes to the GDs, the Vice Lords, the Stones, GDs, BDs, everyone. We need, when they're in our neighborhood, we need to run them out. Because when we go to their neighborhood, we can't set up shop over there. We can't do anything. They run us out of our they run us out of their neighborhood. They don't even shop with us.
Mm. Wow. All right. Whew.
So, all right, bro.
All
That's
right.
all I got to say.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for
All
calling.
right.
I think this Dr. Sanders on the
All
next line. All right. Go ahead, Doc.
right. Hey, God bless. God bless. I'm not going to be long. I did see the video today while I was at work on my lunch break, and my older woman, she did speak, but I found out later that she actually voted.
Yes, she did.
This is what I don't like. This is the thing I don't like. How many people are on Section 8 waiting list? The waiting list is always almost, 20 years? And $51 million, that's a lot of money to give to a group who don't give a rat's tail about us. We can't even deal with the people that we have here in our own city, especially in the Black community. We don't have it. To want to give to them, but you don't want to give to our people. That's being hypocritical. And I think that the city council needs to understand and be bombarded with a war. Because my thing is this: you gotta know how to take care of home first. We can't go to their country. We can't go to Africa and say, "Oh, by the way, we're just gonna pick up and come over here and live here." No, or set up shop anywhere. We have to go through all types of preliminaries in order to even go there just a tour. You got to get passports, transport. We don't passports and all this immunized. We got to do all that just go on vacation somewhere. But you cannot take care of the ones that are here. You've got how many people that apply for Section 8 or affordable housing? How many? It's there. And Section 8, which is owned by the Chicago Department of Housing, that's the Division of Housing. You all ain't listening. You're not paying attention. They come here. I was sharing with someone earlier today. I was at Walmart. I think it was Saturday, Sunday. And I'm looking at immigrants coming out of Walmart with 65-inch, 75-inch flat screen TV, brand new plates on their cars. The temporary plates. And I'm like, where y'all taking this stuff at? I mean, they shopping up at 95th Street because they closed 83rd and Stewart. But I'm not comfortable with it. I did give her a call, and I'm waiting on her to return my call. I want to find out what was she thinking, what was on her mind, because you said one thing, but your vote said something different. That's being wayward. You wayward because you saying one thing that makes sense, but we're not saying we hate immigrants. Let me be clear. We're not saying we want them dead. We're not saying that because, Martin, you already know how people's mind is.
Mm-hmm.
But they're here. We can't take care of stuff here. Nothing here. But you want to cater to some other people. What if we go and take over their land and their country? It's going to be a war, a hullabalooza. It's going to be a war. And it's unfair. I believe, Martin, all of us, I'll even take off. I may get rolled up. But I'll take off just to go down there. We need to just go together and just shut City Hall down. I'm
yes,
sorry.
we do.
Because they don't understand. They don't understand, Martin. They don't understand what the seriousness is. They come in our community, like one of the people and I were talking today. I'm not going to expose that person because they didn't ask me to. But I'm going to say this. We can't come and set up business in their area where they live. Chinatown ain't going to let no Black person come over there. You got to go to the Chamber of Commerce in Evergreen, Oaklawn, Palos Hills, Palos Heights, Hickory Hills. You got to go through a Chamber of Commerce. You ain't gonna go set up nothing in nowhere. You know that. And what do they do, Martin?
Right.
The same foreigners. They got that money, that $5,000 and $7,000. You giving them public aid. You just giving it to them. If you had to give public aid, Martin, or anybody that's working and they fell on their luck and they need to be able to get something, public aid, the Department of Human Services, would give you a bunch of crap. Well, Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Well, why? Well, they give you all the whys. What, weird, where, why? But you go to the immigrants. Oh, no problem. This is America. No, that's disrespectful to us. So, and I'm saying it. Maybe we need to go bust out some windows like Flint.
Wow.
Maybe we need to act a fool because it's the thing here. When Harold Washington was living, and a lot of these young folks, they weren't even thought of. You weren't even nothing. You weren't even a seed in your mama or daddy. You wasn't here to witness what we witnessed when Harold Washington was here, and when he died, you all weren't even born. You have no idea of how this man and his brother Ray put it in there, because his nephew was at my children's school at 5th. Mr. Hill was over there. He said Ray put in the court not to release Harold Washington's murder because he was afraid that the city would be torn apart. Y'all that was here, you know doggone well that man was killed. You knew it was poison. Let's be honest. Let's let the cat out the bag. Ain't no sister holding him up in the corner. He was murdered. You know he was. Then he became likable. Oh, the first black mayor, whatever. Y'all wasn't here. I went to the funeral. I went to the wake. I was downtown at Johnny Columbus Church. None of y'all was here. You don't know how we felt when Washington was celebrated and being murdered.
Yeah. Dr.
Let's
Sanders.
be honest, Mark.
Yeah, I got another call. Just hold it. I just got another caller. Okay, 0941. I think that's Marcus. Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, this is me, Martin.
Go ahead.
Forgive me, but it is a crime. It's a crime shame what just happened today at City Council. It's almost. I mean, it moves you to tears. And the sad part about it, most of our people here in the city of Chicago don't think it's going to affect them. Anytime they overlook people who are already struggling, not just black people, but it's homeless people sleeping on the L's and trains every day. And as I said to Brandon in a press conference last week, there are homeless teenagers sleeping on the street. You can open these schools. You can give these immigrants housing that don't belong here, right? But you can't take care of your own problem. I've never understood that logic, but I know what it's really about is white supremacy and full throttle. And so they're going to put them against us against them, because we feel that we deserve something first. And we do. We built this country. What the Republicans did, also wanting people to work for Link. Look, when you pay taxes, people, they can bark about this all they want. When you pay taxes, you're putting money into a savings account, right? So when you fall on hard times, you have a right to withdraw that money. You don't ever have to go work for it to get it. And they do this because they say they want to make it hard for black people. But you give these immigrants everything, and they haven't worked a day in their life in this country. And they will be the ones that cause this country to fall on its face. And it will be this country's leaders who are prejudiced, who are racist. They would rather sink this country to the bottom of the ocean than to learn to get along with black people, black Americans. We are the most hated race on the face of this earth. That meeting should have been about reparations for us. And then they should have came after that. How do you open your doors and let strangers in your house, and you already got problems in your house? You got to take care of what's going on in your house first. We all have that mindset. We're going to take care of family first. Then we're going to be generous and help those in need. This country can't even take care of its own problems. We got kids shooting up schools. We got kids shooting. We got killings going on every time it get hot, not just in Chicago, but all over the country. And you open up the borders. I don't think Republicans ain't no better than the Democrats. This is the rich wanting to bring in people who they can use as slaves and get slave labor and throw our people in jail. But that's not going to happen. I really wish our people would walk off their jobs one day and go down there and shut this city the hell down. Matter of fact, shut the state down and send a message. We built it. We can bring it down. Give us what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighborhoods are starving, and then you put these people in our neighborhoods. You putting them in our neighborhoods. You ain't putting them in the billionaires. You ain't putting them out there by Arlington Heights, where the Bears is about to build a new stadium. You ain't putting them out there in them rich neighborhoods. They want to be so damn generous. Put them out there.
Yeah, we should do an online petition too, man. All those of us.
Yeah, we need to do something.
We have to do something, people. We have to do something. This is terrible. This is terrible. And these black aldermen.
It's a damn shit.
I'm man, listen. Y'all heard Raymond Lopez. He spoke the truth today. He spoke it. He didn't call them.
He gonna be the next.
Yeah, he called them individuals. He didn't call them illegal, but guess what? They're human beings. But he was right. He spoke the truth. Yeah.
I mean, how do you help other people and you can't help your own people? You got poor whites. You got just as many people who think white people ain't on public aid. Let me ask all these people this. What do you think the president is on? He's on Section 8, Link, and all of it. We pay to fly him around. We are paying, as sure as you're paying taxes, we are paying to fly him around. And guess what? We're going to pay for these immigrants because they're going to put tickets on our cars. They're going to price down on us some kind of way to pay this $51 million. And then they're going to want more. That $51 million is just to get them through June. What next? We need to be dancing in the streets.
Mm-hmm. I agree, brother. Y'all make sure y'all share this video. Share this video because this is very important. Very important. And people, this is serious. I watch it on live and I was listening. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
I was there and I couldn't believe it. And all of them that cried and acted fool, shame on you. I thought for sure you was going to vote for nay, but you voted yay. Hypocrisy is best.
Yeah. I told y'all people, y'all keep believing in these politicians, they're going to fail you every time, let you down. Because listen, it's what you call get along, go along. And that's all what it is, people. They're not looking out for the black community. They're not looking out for the black. Who is really in City Hall benefiting black people? They got the black people best interest in who really, name me one person that's in the City Hall that got black people best interest. Everybody's under control. It's under control. Hold on. I got another caller. 912. Come on, Eric Code. 912. Eric Code.
Call hey, what's going on, Martin?
872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. Go ahead, my brother.
I've been reading on this. You know, I don't live in Chicago and all that, but I've been reading up on this. And I read somewhere where the 51 million was from surplus. Don't surplus mean extra?
Okay.
So where they gonna get 51 million extra dollars from? But you ain't taking care of your people. First people in line should have been the doggone high school students that are homeless. You know, they're trying to get an education and better themselves economically after they get a high school diploma. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Surplus 51 million. surplus dollars when you got 2,000 short police officers and you're short 911 dispatchers because they starting to retire faster than you can throw a rock and skip it on Rainbow Beach? You know, I'm like, somebody make it make sense to me.
I mean, even the new aldermen voted for it. They ain't been in there 2 days.
Yeah, it's like shit. The mayor been in there what, 16 days?
Yeah. So,
and already here there.
See, I'm telling you. Well, let me just say this, people. It's gonna get worse than this. I'm telling you. And if this money, 51 million, that's supposed to just last until July 1. That's it. They need some more money.
Mm-hmm. And you heard about how they was kicking black people out of Preston Park to house them.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Heard about that. Raymond Lopez brought it out. He exposed them today. Raymond Lopez exposed them today. Nobody.
Oh, you ought to see David.
You said what?
You ought to see the pennant, the pennant that he gave us. It says it all.
Wow.
You know how you see that crime scene image?
Right.
He got it in the shape of the Chicago flag. Well, he got the Chicago flag in the shape of it with the circle going across, with the line going across.
Oh, wow.
As if to say Chicago dead.
Wow. Wow.
That by itself.
Well, let's go back to this video. Let's listen up, people. Listen up. Listen up. We're going to resume. Listen up. Raymond Lopez.
As she was bolting for the exit,
Come on, Lori Lightfoot.
Issued a half a dozen executive orders. And as you know, Mr. President, it is your right to keep or to refuse. That's right. But we do know that you respond to try your hand. But one of the things that she was trying to do inadvertently is she told us in this document, which is our budget, which many of you voted for, there are an anticipated $690 million in free floating money assigned after revenue minus expenses. A budget surplus of more than $700 million, which is her executive order number whatever, 5, she said that should go to pensions. That's taxpayer money.
There you go.
That's taxpayer dollars that will pull for services you are never going to see. Whether it's hiring clinicians to work in the Department of Public Health, whether it's filling police vacancies, that is not free money, it's your money.
Say that. He knows.
And because it's your money, she thought it should go here. But what it tells me is that this budget has more than enough money
Listen.
to go around. Because when you want to know where that money in the budget has been going,
Tell us.
let's put something in perspective here, okay? 51 million is all we're asking for 2 months. We're actually talking about 163 million that would have been spent year to date. Not to mention whatever's going to be spent to December 31. But when you think of the fact that we're trying to spend $160 million, look at what the Department of Streets and Sanitation spends on an annual basis. $310 million for the entire city of Chicago. We are spending, have spent, half of what we do for everything streets and sand related up until this point. That's your garbage. That's your tree trimming, which, by the way, we only spend about $22 million for the entire city of Chicago. You talk about rats, $13 million for the entire city to keep the road control, the population under control, but yet we're already at $167 million for 10,000 trees.
Wow.
Because go look at CDOT, which only spends $18 million on traffic safety, $41 million to keep the street lights on. The mayor's office of people with disabilities only spends $2.9 million as an entire department to help only put 500.
Listen, people.
platform lives into homes throughout the city of Chicago.
All out, my brother.
Department of Housing, $44 million. Planning and Development is a $99 million budget, of which, to one of my colleagues' point, we only budget $6.1 million a year for home repair.
Wow.
Which, by the way, is on a 3-year backlog for a roof for our city.
Wow.
Furnaces that have yet to be replaced.
Tell the truth, shame those
This
devils.
body allocates $35 million to itself, as well as $29.9 million for all citywide elected. This money is not insignificant. It's not a drop in the bucket. Because when you look at where we prioritize everything, and many of you have said time and time again, a budget is a representation of our values.
That's right.
Our values so far have been outweighed right now. And there is money to address the other issues. The revenue and matter that my colleagues have discussed, homelessness, for example, we've heard time and time again getting conflated between the two issues.
That's right.
In February 2023, the city of Chicago received $60 million from HUD. Where'd that go? The problem that I have, ladies and gentlemen,
Too many
of this
things. Too many things.
female body,
Money, that's what I'm telling you.
nobody wants to ask the question
Where's the
that
money?
Jerry Maguire made so
Where's the money?
Where's the money? Show me the money.
Show me the money.
We're gonna leave it right there. And people, the brother told the truth. You can say whatever you want to say about Raymond Lopez. He told the truth. Did y'all hear that? Hello?
Oh yeah, he said, "Show me the money." He want receipts.
People, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Oh my God. Okay, callers, call in. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. Now, we can't lie about Raymond Lopez brought it down. And people, we need to get an online petition like Monique McGee said. We need at least 500,000 signatures on that bad baby. And the black Osman didn't even speak up. I'll tell you, people.
But ain't it like 20 black aldermen in Chicago?
Right around that black aldermen, men and women. Yeah, it's right around 18 to 20, right around there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm telling y'all.
Well, I know the total been 50 for the longest.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I know the vote was 34 to 13, and I know David Moore did speak up against it. Anthony Beal also voted on it. And I think another alderman from the west side who was black voted no. Now, I didn't see no movement with Pat Dow or the other black alderman. Except for the one who put on
She voted for it.
Right, she voted for it, but made that cussing people out on the floor and acted like she wasn't going to vote for it. She put on a show, but she voted for it. And then tried to blame black Americans for not showing the same energy when it comes to reparations. Well, we should have been first. That meeting shouldn't even been held. It should have been about reparations. And then giving them immigrants $51 million, if that's what they want to do. Yeah. And when Martin was talking about it's going to get worse, I look at the national stuff, right? Now, that budget deal just passed the House by outrageous number. So now it's got to go to the Senate. It passed the Senate. You know, they send it up to get signed, right? That brings about the requirement for welfare recipients that don't have dependent children to work more hours to continue getting their check. That's going to go nationwide. Well, you know what? How can they work more hours when the jobs, like Martin constantly say, they need real jobs. They need thriving jobs, not survival jobs. When you got the gas and the light bill going up, you got rent going up, you got them charging you a move-in fee plus 2 months security. Do these people be drunk when they make these rules? Again, you shouldn't have to work for money that you've already worked for and gave them as a deposit so that when you do fall on hard times, you can make a withdrawal. And a lot of black people are against black people who are on public assistance, but you don't know their story. They have to do a credit check to get a job, a credit check to get an apartment. How do you expect people to survive? They're setting this country up for an explosive riot. They think that they were rioting in 2020. It's going to be explosive, and Delta Force and the National Guard won't be able to get a handle on it. Because white people are affected by it too.
Well, there's more than that effect, because I tell people, if you do the math on it with the numbers, you got 69 million whites that are on welfare, just whites. That ain't other folk. Yeah, they 69 million black folk in the United States. I mean, you could do the math. 42. What's 31% of 42 million? That's the percentage of blacks that are on welfare. The information is right there on the Department of Agriculture, Food, and Subsistence website. You just got to do the math.
Okay.
You know what else they want to do?
Yes.
They want to issue you food like you a kid. They want to issue you peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They don't want poor people eating steak and pizza. They want to tell people what to eat to control them. I say to the rich people, you eat that shit and get back to me.
Right. I got another caller, 6799. Hold it. 6799. Hey, caller.
How you doing, Marty?
Hey, how you doing? Good.
Yeah, I went to the first meeting. When was the new one? Nobody let me know.
It was Wednesday. It was the first. 31st. It was Wednesday. It was today. The meeting was today.
Wow. At City Hall again?
Yeah.
I missed it, man. No, I know. So they voted in this time, huh?
Yeah. I knew they was gonna pass it. I already knew they was gonna pass it.
Oh boy, wow! I didn't know I would have came. Okay. I'm just listening for now. I'll let you know when I need to talk.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me just say this, people. Y'all see this country got money. This city got money. Look at Inglewood. I drove through Inglewood today. Vacant lots, abandoned houses. Drove through it today. Rolled through Roseland. Vacant lots, vacant houses. People, this is what we're going to put up with. Listen, it's the same cycle that's repeating over and over. Get along, go along, don't say nothing. And somebody said it in the message. These people have to vote for what they sponsors tell them to vote for. And I'm going to tell you, black people, if we had 200,000 black people, we'll just say 300,000 black people that gave $40 a piece, and we put our money where our mouth is and buy these politicians, because politicians are for sale. And I always say they're only going to cater to two types of people. They're going to cater to the ones that's bankrolling them and the ones who they most fear. And I'm going to tell you, that's what they're going to do. And listen, Brandon went in the office, hitting the ground running, passed legislation for them immigrants. He did other things too, but he hit the ground running. That, listen, people, we got to do something. We have an online petition. We need to march down and shut down City Hall. I'm telling you. We got to learn, people.
Yep.
Listen, you can't expect black people to do something when they don't know how to fight and when they have no knowledge of something. They are so used of us that's being in the dark when things like this coming. And I told you people about how much money the immigrants was receiving. Nobody wanted to believe me. They doubted me. Nobody wanted to believe me. And I told you right here on this broadcast, I told you that immigrants was getting that money. The migrants, the asylum seekers.
Martin.
Yes.
Yeah, let me say something. Do you think we voted Brandon in is messed up now?
No, it's not. I wouldn't even say that. It's out of Brandon control. It's not.
But
listen, hold on.
He helping them.
Of course. Listen, who you think Brandon going to cater to? Black people or the ones that put him in office? The ones that, who you think he's going to cater to?
We put him in office, right? Because I voted for him also.
Yeah. But listen.
You did too.
Yeah, I voted for him. But see, one thing black people don't do, we have to put our money where our mouth is. We do a lot of talking. Like today, $51 million. Nobody is really saying anything. I call it fake pain. We complain. It's like a little child that's tearing his room up, destroying it. And at the end of the day, he got to clean it up, sweep it out, and all that, get it back together. It's the same thing what we do. We got fake pain. Fake pain.
So what they say about South Shore High School?
Yeah. They are they in court on that. So eventually they're gonna be inside there too. Eventually.
Oh boy.
Eventually.
Wow.
And some people are not what some people are not looking at is the first of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We should take over the state building across the street from City Hall. That's the home.
Hey brother, you echoing.
Oh. Let the homeless people go in there.
You know what happens the first of the year? All of the city taxes are going to go up to cover that $51 million.
And we should not pay. We should be
no tax. So everybody go on strike. Don't pay no taxes.
Homeowner,
what they did
your property
on January the 6th.
The property taxes are going to go up. When you go to the gas station in the city, those prices, the city tax on gas is going up. They're going to tax ComEd. They're going to tax People's Gas. People's Gas and ComEd going to pass that rate hike on to the consumer. Everything going to go up the first of the year. It's going to be ugly.
Hey, Martin,
do you recall one of Lori Lightfoot's plans when she said she was going to cut city jobs and then raise property taxes? It's like, that don't make no sense. You're going to get rid of jobs and raise taxes? Okay, people that ain't working, how they going to pay their property tax? That's hustling backwards.
Yeah, Martin, I did hear if you're homeless, you can go to the aid office and receive $300 for our people and the white people, I guess, also.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, I know, but it's something.
Is that factual though? Is that factual? No, you just hearing it.
That's what I said. I heard it.
Okay,
it was a homeless person telling me at the house picnic on well, you know, the thing they had every Sunday by the field house. I was there this Sunday, and they was telling me. So that's if if they homeless, and that's what they said. They received it.
$300.
Yeah.
But is it going to house them?
You got to go to the aid office and present your ID and show them, I guess, some kind of evidence or something. I don't know.
Food, or is that link, or is that cash? What is that?
Yeah, I didn't ask. She just said the female that said she received $300. I didn't ask was it link, cash, or anything.
I know it's $10 a day for 1 month.
Oh. Well,
$10 a day for a month.
That much.
And listen,
that ain't $10 a day for a month ain't gonna keep me in beer.
Listen, let me say something. For those of you out there, listen, y'all, I want to talk for a minute, so just give me a minute. Talking that Christian talk. And if you want to talk that Christian talk, let's talk it. The scripture said charity begins at home first. That's what the scripture says. That's what the scripture says. All right? That's what it says. You can't get around that. Listen, this is about survival. This is about eating. And I'm telling black people, these other races of people do not care about black history. They don't care about it. They're out here to compete and eat. And every job I've been on that I ever worked with Spanish people, they was the snitches on the job. And I'm saying it. And I said it unapologetically too. Every job that I worked on, they was always the ones telling. I'm telling you, people, I got to say it. I got to tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You can't act like you for black folks. Then when I drive through your community, you throwing bottles and bricks at me. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm telling you, this is the truth. I'm talking truth. And a lot of you do all that talk in the public, but behind closed doors, you know you don't like black people. You know it. You're competing against them. And in any opportunity that you can snake a black person, you'll do it. I'm telling you, people, this is real. I got another call. Hey, caller, 3962.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? What's happening out there, man?
Look, I'm gonna give a quick solution. People can take it or leave it, and that is we had better meet with this racist ass Republican Party, so we can put a stop to this mass immigration that's gonna continue to take over this city. This is just the first step. Matter of fact, this is the third step because they've been doing other things that we haven't paid attention to as a whole. Now, I've been telling black folks this stuff since 2011. When Rahm Emanuel opened up the Office of New Americans, that they were getting ready to replace us with these immigrants. I told my partner Joe and Paul, Joe is gone, dead and gone now. And I said that if we didn't do something about these immigrants, then they were going to end up taking over. They were going to give them all the jobs, the contracts, housing, the education resources. Now, we can't see it within ourselves to sit down with the Republican Party and those that believe in America first. Then whatever happened to us at this point is on us. One thing we can count on with them America first, white racist Republicans, is that they are not going to be pro-immigrant. Anybody that's pro-immigrant is your open enemy. If they pro-union and if they pro-immigrant, they are your enemy. And even though the white racist Republicans are not your friend, and in politics, you shouldn't be looking for nobody to be your friend, first of all. Even though they're not your friend, you can count on them to push the American agenda. And because we're Americans, we can benefit from everything that they push. And so that means that we had better start organizing America First agenda, because there's only two agendas working in this country right now. And either you're going to be on the side of immigration with the Democratic Party, or you're going to be on the side of America with the Republican Party. No, there's no back and forth about it. I'm telling you, this is what's happening right now. Now, for those that think that it's more important to get your gay rights or your woman's rights, and you keep voting with the Democratic Party, you're gonna find yourself still fighting for your gay rights and your woman's rights. But this time, your ass gonna be homeless while you're fighting for it and voting for the Democratic Party. Look at California. All them black folks kept voting for the Democratic Party, and because they were fighting for the gay rights and women's rights and all of that, they found themselves homeless. They are homeless. They're sleeping on the bridges, sleeping out of their cars.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to your ass here in Chicago now. You can think it's a joke if you want to and keep voting. The Democratic Party is not interested in black people, period. They're not interested in the black agenda, period, including the black politicians that you think are black. Brandon is not a black mayor. He worked for Jews. And the teachers union and all these other unions. You the one thought that he was on some black shit. And he told your ass from the beginning he wasn't on no black stuff. And you still went along with it. I told y'all on social media that this dude, I told y'all exactly what he's going to do. Martin, you know I kept saying what this dude was going to do. I put it all over the internet telling y'all what he's going to do. Now, I want to ask you one question. Isn't he doing exactly what I told y'all he was going to do?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Wow.
No, I'm saying, you saw the stuff I was putting on social media about him going to get in there and push the immigrant agenda.
I knew that too.
I'll say this.
Well, I'll say that I knew that, Mark. I knew it because I knew that part I did know. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie and hypocrite. I knew that he was gonna push that agenda. I knew that. And he told us.
Well, what did y'all think that would be about?
Right. Yeah.
Man, the immigrant agenda is about getting rid of not just black Americans, but all Americans. All of us that are descendants of the beginning of this country, these immigrants want us gone. And I'm talking about the white immigrants, the snake-ass Africans, the Caribbeans, the Mexicans, the Jews, the Indians, the damn the Asians. All these people want us gone. Yeah, Mark, you know what? People called me crazy when I was in the military and Obama was in office and he passed that DACA program and they had immigrants that had no papers whatsoever enlisted in the military 3 years to fast-track their citizenship. 3 years. Serve for 3 years, you're an American citizen. People thought I was making that up. And I was like, okay. The DACA program gave everybody the right to whatever, even though they ain't citizens here, right? Had Hillary got in office, Hillary was going to put through executive order, give them the right to vote in presidential elections if she could have pushed it and made it happen. But people called me crazy. You're a Republican. You Uncle Ruckus. You this, you that. Okay, look at what's going on. Didn't Malcolm X say the liberal Democrats are no friend to the black man? I mean, didn't he say that?
Yeah.
Somebody tell me.
He said it.
Well, I will say this. We're going to have to get Brandon Johnson out.
But you know what? With all that we saying, y'all, these dumbass fools going to turn right back around and vote for the Democratic Party again. So whatever happens to you and your children, it's your damn fault. Now, I just told y'all the solution is for us to have a meeting with them white racist Republicans, and we all agree that we're going to push an American agenda that benefits Americans first. If you don't do it, your ass is going to get wiped the fuck out. It's just that simple.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because I mean,
man,
it's
first of all, how you gonna let the Democratic Party, that's a racist party, tell you how racist the Republicans are? Both parties racist. But what the hell does race have to do with anything when it comes to politics? Nothing. It's just their way of keeping you voting for the Democratic Party that's doing absolutely nothing for your ass. I don't care about no white folks being racist. That means absolutely nothing to me. As long as we get our resources, they can be as racist as they want to be. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out why we ain't turned to some racists. Why we ain't got on some racist stuff. See? But did you tell them about Gavin Newsom in California when he pushed all that stuff talking about giving them reparations, and when he got time to issue them checks, oh, well, that's not in the budget. But he gave $23 billion to illegal immigrants. But that's on that task force that reparations task force because I tried to tell them online. See, we've been meeting for 3 years online. I told them AB 3121 in California that it was bullshit, but they didn't want to listen. So they went through all those meetings, only to be told no when it came down to the money. Look, again, did all of this unnecessary talking, y'all. I'm talking about tonight. We start organizing to go against this Democratic Party. It is no good for generations to come. The Democratic Party is here to take care of immigrants. It's here to take care of white LGBT. It's here to take care of white feminists. They're not here for your black ass. And I know some of y'all really think y'all LGBT, y'all think y'all feminists, but them white folks movements don't want your black ass involved in it. You ain't no motherfucking LGBT. LGBT is a movement about money, and they don't include your ass.
Yeah.
So see,
Go to Boys Town. Go up there. Go up there to Boys Town. Go up there to Boys Town. You know, and I'll speak on the LGBT movement, but I got a 25-year-old gay daughter that she didn't believe that them people wasn't trying to include her until she went up there to that parade and she saw how racist them white folks was. You can't get her ass to go up there now. I told her, I said, you're not listening. You think you LGBT, but you finna go up there and you finna see how racist them white folks are up there on the gay side, and you think you a part of it.
Oh yeah, that's something that people don't know about. Them LGBTs, they're more racist than anybody else. Them LGBTs are a trip, y'all. Listen, hey, look, them old nigga gays, them nigga gays don't own nothing up in Boys Town. They just go up there and spend their money, and then they send their black ass back to the black neighborhood with a wet ass. They don't let them own nothing.
Hey, Mark, slow down on the cussing, man. Wow, man, he going in on.
Well, we're gonna have to get Brandon Johnson out in 4 years for making him a one-hit wonder like Lori Lightfoot.
Well, let me just say this. Before we even go there. He's been in office 16 days, something like that. We still got to work on. He's still the mayor. But I'll say this: we got to mobilize right now, because if they getting $51 million just until July 1st, then there's another money coming up to more money. I mean, man, what is it? Black people, we can't buy a house. Everything got to be right. Everything got to be on point. And these people slide in houses and everything.
Well, what people aren't looking at is one thing people aren't looking at. I'm gonna be brief on this. From all this going on, crime keep increasing. More businesses are going to be pulling out of Chicago. That helps the tax base of the city. And don't be surprised if sooner than later, Chicago turns into Gary, Indiana. Detroit. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the sad part about Chicago is this. They don't have any other political choice to vote on. There's no Republican in their right mind that will run for mayor of Chicago, seeing as the mayors have been Democrat for 97 years in a row. They have to be crazy as Trump to run for office in Chicago.
Get in the tub.
Wow, man.
And my big brother used to tell me, talk to me quick, don't talk to me slick.
And how much of that $51 million is going to go to black contractors or something? None.
Hey y'all, and I got to say this about that old mammy after 20 awards, and Jeanette Taylor, down there like she crying, but all the time she's part of the socialist caucus. Anybody tell you that they're socialist or progressive, they're telling you that they're anti-black. What the hell you all think that shit is about? Telling you some shit about some people of color and black and brown. Those are cold words what don't give you nothing. That's what they're saying when they say they're socialist, communist, people of color, black and brown, all those are code words for don't give black Americans anything.
Did you notice how the NAACP separated people of color and African Americans? They separated the two. They say people of color.
Stop even calling y'all African Americans. Goddamn Africans ain't with y'all. Stop calling yourself African Americans. That's another code word. Barack Obama changed the code. He changed the United States code from Negro to African American, so that everything we fight for and everything that we get, automatically, the most sick Africans can get it. Stop talking about you Pan-Africanists and all that kind of stuff. Man, that stuff was for yesterday. Pan-Africanism ain't never did a damn thing for black people.
Exactly. So put a pan upside their head.
All right. Well, people, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to just have this fake pain, then go back to our normal lives or something? We got to do something about it. This fake pain.
We need to let us know.
Yeah, this is fake pain. I call it fake
Send
pain.
an email.
All this talking.
Send info to our messenger.
All this talking. Yeah. All this talking. We need an online petition, at least 500,000 black folks, man. Say we don't approve of this. Where's our part of the money?
There you go. But the thing is, you need to hope for a Republican candidate that's pro-America. That's highly unlikely to happen. That's the sad part about the state of Illinois. It's so much of a Democrat stronghold. You know, the only way you could break away from whatever, you just got to leave.
Well, you know what? Let me just say this, brother. Let me just say that.
When these immigrants, when these nigger cracks get through messing over y'all enough, you'll be willing to flip over and try something new. Just let them keep on doing all the stuff that they're about to do, because they just begun. Y'all getting ready to see them do all kind of stuff for these people. Y'all ain't read the Chicago New Americans plan. Listen to the name of what I just said to y'all, and I keep saying it every time I come on this live. It's called the Chicago New Americans Plan. If they got a plan for new Americans, then what the hell you think they're gonna do with you being old American?
See there?
Wow. Whew. Deep, y'all.
I mean,
deep.
Martin, you got a voice.
Yeah.
You got a voice in this, and you got a very large voice.
I'm using it. You know, I'm using. I
yeah.
stay on point.
Yeah, I know you're using it, but man, brother, you gonna need some help on this.
Yeah, this is something, man. 51. I knew they was gonna pass it. Raymond Lopez exposed them. Said, "Man, where's this money going?" Yeah. Black folks.
Yeah, he been exposing. He's the one that exposed when they when that money went to them Latin kings, and they threatened to kill black people. It was Lopez that exposed it. He said that man, that Chinese lady that was working for Lori gave the money to this organization called the Metropolitan Family Services, and the Metropolitan Family Services then gave the money to the Latin Kings to quote unquote protect your community from looters. Do you all know what that meant?
Mm-hmm.
They gave them the green light to do whatever they wanted to do to those black young children that were coming through, looting. And so it was Lopez that emailed and exposed the email before the city exploded the way it did. So I hope they keep on messing y'all ass up, because y'all don't believe it, but they're going to keep on messing you up to the point where your ass going to wake up.
Hey, somebody said, Tatisha, I'm blowing her name up. She said, why did Brandon Johnson fire the lady that was over the emergency rental system program? I don't know about that. Yeah.
Me either. I don't know.
Well, he's a new administration. He's going to bring his people in. He just started a new administration. And them white folks with him going to fire the other white folks and put their white folks in. See, he's a white man's nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is so deep, people. Ooh, this is deep.
Or should I say he the white man's boy? He's the white man's boy. I ain't gonna call him a nigga. Not yet. I'm gonna wait for a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna call him the white man's boy. And so
yeah, this thing is so deep, boy.
Let's start organizing. See, hey, listen, Marty. If nothing else, man. I mean, on a serious note, we have to, as men, stand up for these women and children. The future of our children and our children's children is at stake. And most of these black dumbass cracks, I'm talking about that's in power, they don't care what happens to women and young children. And so we have to stand up for them. If we don't stand now and we let them get a real foothold, 10 years from now, when that 10-year-old kid goes off to college or whatever, there will be no resources for him or her. There will be no need for them to go to college because if they get the resources, and once they come home, they won't be able to get a job because everything is being given. Y'all haven't read the plan. It clearly states that they're saying that the future of work is going to immigrant children. I got this in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I tell you.
And these black politicians know damn well that this work out.
Like the last time I visited Chicago, I'm driving to Inglewood.
Mark, well, let me ask you a question. In your own words, who represents black people in the city council?
Nobody.
Exactly. Just like in Inglewood. Hell, I rode through Inglewood and look, I saw more Mexican flags on houses than I seen for sale in Walmart.
And guess what? We are supposed to represent us. It's more of us than it is politicians. How do we allow 51 people to dictate to us? 51 people. That's all the city council is made up of. 51 people. One mayor and 50 aldermen. All we have to do is rise up, and whatever direction they go in, we go in the opposite direction. So that means that we have to meet with these white racist Republicans. Then let's have a meeting because they feel the same way we feel. Didn't y'all see them on the north side saying the same thing that the black folks on the south side of South Shore are saying? No, don't bring them into Wright College. So since we both are in agreement finally on something, then let's have a meeting then. Let's have a meeting to put a stop to this racist ass plan coming out of the Democratic Party. Y'all talking about racism. How the hell y'all can see how racist Trump is, but y'all turn around and voted for Biden?
See?
How the hell y'all can see how racist the Republicans are, but the damn Democrats been in power in Chicago for goddamn 80 years, and you don't see how racist they are? Who do you think doing this to you? Ain't no damn Republicans in power in Chicago. They're not in position.
And I will tell people that. I'm like, name me one Republican holding the office in Chicago doing anything. Well, the Republicans are racist. Chicago is Democrat run front to back. Why? I'll be telling people, I'm like, why are you even bringing that up? You can't name one Republican. But then you're going to talk about Trump. You're going to talk about Republicans and racists. You're going to talk about everything that has no bearing on anything to do in Chicago.
I'll say this. Ain't now one of them going to say no black people. I'm just, I'll say that. And that's been proven. Ain't now one of them going to say black people. Black people, we don't save ourselves, we won't be saved. I'm just telling you, we still with the same ills. And I tell you, even in the Republican states, they're getting gunned down and get mistreated everywhere. You know, but Mark got a point. This is a Democrat-ran city right here. So we can't point the finger at the Republicans on what's going on now. We can't do that. We can't do it now. I got to agree with them.
Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
All right, you know.
Hello.
Yeah, so we got to do something. They said in the conscious world, if you keep doing the same thing and expect different results, That's called insanity. People, we got to do something. Something. We see, I think too, we don't know how to fight, man, effectively. We just don't know how to fight. And we got to learn how to fight. You know, it's more than, when I say fight, I'm not necessarily talking about pick up a gun and blow somebody's brains out, but you got to know how to fight. You got to be skillful. You got to know the art of war.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. We got to know where to hit them at and install this economy. We got to. Because people, what's going to happen? Everybody hates black people. Even some black people hate us. Hate us to death.
We don't need to pick up a gun, but we need to fight the right way also by not talking no more. Because they laugh at us when we talk.
Right. Well, but see, the thing is, we don't know how to just like the information didn't get out. You didn't know about the meeting today. It got out. It didn't get out to you. So people, this fake hate, this fake pain that we got is fake. All black people gonna do is complain and do nothing. They're gonna look around and see who else gonna make a move. That's it. It's like we're a pack of animals in a sense, not animals in the bad thing. And we looking at each other, who gonna make the first move? We got to do it, people. I'm telling you, we got to get something out the deal. I'm telling you. Is Brandon our man?
Well, I tell you, Martin. I tell you, Martin, if something ever happens and people sit out an election, just sit it out, don't even vote. Them vote numbers being low, them low numbers for voting. Oh, that'll open all kinds of Republican eyes. They'd be like, wait a minute, they don't even want them at all. They don't have a choice and they ain't voting. We can go in there and try to do a little something.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. I want to ask each one of y'all a question. I'm gonna get off a little bit. It's I've been on an hour or something. Why do you think? I want each one of y'all answer your own words and just tell me the truth. Why you think black people get treated the way they get treated in this country? Now, this is a personal question. Anybody can go first. I'll make it different. Sarge?
Oh, you okay? You want me to go first? All right.
Go ahead.
You said my name. All right, I'll go answer that. It's because black people of today don't have a backbone of the doggone blacks in the 60s that could band together and not accept no for an answer and stay tight, stay on one agenda. Now, even though you had Martin Luther King on this side of the aisle, you had Malcolm X on that side of the aisle, that played in favor for black folks. So they had to look at it. Okay, we got this man that's docile. He want to do this peacefully, but then we got this other brother. He talking about tearing it up. So we gonna give the peaceful brother whatever he wants to appease the non-peaceful brother. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No more peace. That's over with.
And see, that's the thing. All of this, we will overcome, get mad for 10 days, and then it goes back to so. Yep. Need to stop playing
no more
game.
All right.
No more.
All right. Let me
remember when. One more quick one, Mark.
Come on, man. I got other people, man.
Let me get. I know. Let me
you
just get one quick one.
No. Let me go to the next one.
All right.
Come on,
Mark.
bro. Come on, 6799. Come on. 6799. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, no, we don't need to talk no more, man. I know you're saying no guns or nothing, but we're gonna have to do some kind of
I asked a question. I said, why is it that black people always get picked over? And Brandon is my man too. And nothing changed. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because we don't do nothing, we just talk. We just talk and sing. That's all. We don't do nothing like we supposed to do. We've been doing this for over 100 years. We might burn down some and that's it. But we need to do more than that. We can still do it without guns, but all that talking, that ain't doing nothing. They keep laughing at us and keep doing what they want to do to us. as you keep seeing, they don't, like you said, they don't care, which they don't care. But if we don't do something really, maybe I ain't gonna say really violent, but tragic, where they can be like, oh, we need to talk to him because they really mean business now. We're gonna have to do something.
Okay. All right. Marcus, go ahead.
You know what? If we want to stop coming in the South Shore, we need to show up by the thousands. We can stop them from putting them in our neighborhoods, in all of our neighborhoods. But we have to show up in numbers and block them doors. The police can't remove 20,000, 30,000 people out there at South Shore shutting that shit down. You're not going to put them. Then they ask back where they came from because we can't go into their country. They kill our people. You see what happened in Mexico? They kill our people. They won't let us set up shop in their neighborhood. And for the people in little villages that want them, send them to their neighborhood. But if we shut South Shore down, if we can't have it, can't nobody have it. Next, they're going to be trying to put them in D.F. Wentworth and Inglewood. I wouldn't be surprised if they trying to do that already. But we can stop them. We got to show up with the numbers. Our young people, these young gang bangers, these kids that like to go downtown and do the trend, why not go to South Shore and do the trend? And make them turn them buses around. Make them turn them buses around. And there's a church out here by my house that housed them. Let's run them out this church. We can run them out of Princeton Park. You want to put black people out of their homes in Princeton Park? We can take Princeton Park back over, but we need thousands, not 100, not 50 people, not 10 people, not 20. We need thousands of people because the police can't lock us all up.
Mm-hmm.
They can't lock us all up. I'm not advocating violence, but it's going to take some muscle to send a message to City Hall, Springfield, and in Washington that we American citizens is not taking this because this country got money to burn. And if it's got money to burn, shouldn't nobody be living in the condition that they're living in right now.
Mm-hmm. Man, I wish every homeless person will go right down in front of City Hall and camp up, put all their tents and all their stuff right there. That would be a great sight. Yeah. Right. Mark, what you got to say about this, man? Mark probably says he's here. So my thing is, people, we got a lot of work to do. And like I told y'all, this is not hallelujah time because black men facing them. We got to demand. We have to hold Brandon Johnson foot accountable. I'm telling you, people, we can't let nothing slide that don't benefit us, people, or we're going to be left out. We're going to be left out. I'm telling you, $51 million. And guess what? They put $2 million in violence prevention stuff, and people still getting killed. Like nothing ever happened. Still getting killed. Tell you, this wasn't no low turnout. I got another caller, people. Y'all just hold on one second. Man, listen. For those of you listen, I wish all them homeless people would march up to City Hall. That's what they need to do. All right, caller, 917. You're live, uncut, unedited. Caller, 917, area code. Hey, caller. 917. All right. I'm going to get rid of you then.
Yep, you know who he is.
No, I know who that is. I already know who that is. I got an idea. It's a woman. Yeah. So, people, I have listened. Listen, I'm for Brandon Johnson, but guess what? I'm for my people first. I'm raised first. And if Brandon Johnson don't deliver for us, I got to hold him accountable. I'm not going to ignore like what he ain't doing. I'm not that type of person, people. I'm for our people. Trust me. I'm for our people. I love black people. you know, and we have to fight for what's right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. You got to stop being silent when you call in here. Tiffany, go ahead. What you got to say?
Yeah, you want me to redial because it seems like we have bad connection.
No, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah. What is it you want to say, miss?
Okay. Yeah. So how are you for one? And then the next thing that I want, so how are you?
I'm good.
And the next thing is that I love how you, oh my goodness, I love how you
Tiffany,
stand behind Brandon
Tiffany,
Johnson.
Tiffany.
Yes.
This is what I don't want you to do today.
Yes.
I like you when you praise me and all that's good, but it's not about me. It's about what we're trying to do. Okay? So I want you to talk about this immigrants thing, what's going on, $51 million, what your thoughts is about it. And that's what I want you to talk about. Okay? I'm going to let you talk. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll stick with it. So what it is I've told everyone before.
Talk a little louder, too.
Study,
Talk
right?
a little louder. Sound like you're whispering. Talk a little louder.
I'm going to redial, okay?
No, I ain't going to redial. Okay? Stay on it. Listen, you here, stay here. Just talk a little louder. We hear you, but
okay,
I want you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's because I have a bad connection. That's why I'm saying I want to redial.
Tiffany, stay here. We hear you. Just talk. Just talk.
Okay.
She sounds fine to me, Martin.
That's what talk, Tiffany.
Okay, so I'm going to talk even though I won't know what you're saying because I'm having a bad connection. So what I want to say is, again, that everyone studies us and everywhere. And they see that, first of all, they see the way we don't mobilize as one unit, a group, right? Of course, we have the individual success as you've been teaching all of us. So it's easy to do whatever people want to do to us, right? Exact same thing that we do to each other, right? Manipulate, whatever it is, right? And that's it. So are we being replaced? I've said it before, yes. I can tell you the number one area that we're being replaced is when you see us going to the voting booth and when you look at our school system, who is it that's in elementary? Who is it that's in junior high? Who is it that's graduating and how many are going to college? What's left? You see what I'm saying? We're declining, right? Remember, everything goes from the children age today, right? That's 16 to 25. We too busy trying to save grown people. We need to be saving young kids, right? But so those are the numbers that we have to look at, that age group, right? Because that's what everyone else looks at. They don't look at people that are, you know what I'm saying, much older.
And go to bed.
She must have got, I don't know what happened. I don't hear her anymore.
The call must have dropped.
Oh, yeah.
But she was sounding fine.
So what are the people responding about when it comes to the conversation about sit down with these Republicans? Because I walked away from the phone.
Okay.
Do they agree that we should do this?
Okay. Hold on, Mark. I got somebody talking before you. Then I'll listen. Turn it off loud, Mike. Go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead, Tiff. Tiff, go ahead. All right. Mark, go ahead.
Right. Mark.
Go ahead, Mark.
I just want to know, do the people get it? Because after all this conversation, if they turn around and go right back with the Democratic Party, then whatever happened to you, it's your fault. What part don't we get? That these people are not going to do anything for us.
Okay.
I mean, it's clear as the nose on your face.
Well, let me ask you a question.
We're talking almost 80 years of Democratic Party.
Now, what is it that the Republicans can offer us? You tell us, educate us.
Well, just by default, with them going against immigration and going against these unions, those are our two most open enemies. Or should I say opposition? And so, since they're anti-union and anti-immigrant, automatically, when Trump put ICE on those factories down south, and even up here, Black people got jobs. There were people that had just come home from prison, changed their lives around because they were able to go to work. But you know, you got a lot of Black folks that feel as though that a person that have been to prison or a person that been in the streets don't deserve anything. But if you don't give them nothing to do, then quite naturally they're gonna rob you, they're gonna steal drugs, they're gonna do criminal behavior. They're gonna be mischievous, right?
Right.
And so what Trump did, because, and he wasn't pushing directly for black people, he was pushing for Americans. And because we're Americans, we were able to benefit from it, from Mississippi on up to Chicago. And so, if nothing else, we sit down with these Republicans and push an anti-immigrant and anti-union agenda, it's going to put our people to work.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Mark,
This is not about friendship.
Right. Well, I need a favor from you.
No, politics is business.
I need every alderman that voted for this immigration bill. We need their name. So we know the ones that didn't vote. So
yeah. Simply, I can give you their name.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. 1 minute. I'm gonna tell you which one voted that went with it. Okay. Pat Dow. Lamont Robinson. Okay, put the wards down. Pat Dow, the 3rd Ward. Lamont Robinson of the 4th Ward. William Hall, 6th Ward.
The 6th Ward.
Stephanie Coleman, 16th Ward. Jeanette Taylor, 20th Ward. Walter Burnett, 27th Ward. Jason Irvin, 28th Ward. Chris Teleferro, 29th Ward. Now, those are all the black ones that voted. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Which came out to 11. Okay. 11 of the 17 aldermen voted to give the money to immigrants.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hold it right there, Mark. 2442. Where you calling from, caller?
Chicago, West Side.
Oh, West Side. Okay, what you want to talk about, caller?
I want to talk about that vote they had today.
Okay, let me hear it. What you got to say?
You know what? First of all, I disagree with them voting that much money, and I want to know where the money came from. They say it was a surplus, but I was wondering, is our taxes? And I think that the alderman should have East call his constituents and ask how we feel about that. The money is only going to last for 2 months, and I agree with the alderman that said that our seniors had a backlog on roofing and a lot of things. So how you going to come up and make them priority over us in the city when that's our tax money? So I disagree. I don't think the aldermen are doing their job, because their job is to check with us and find out what we want to say, yeah or nay.
Okay.
Well, they because you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And so she's doing something about it. Not you. I'm not saying to you.
No, but I'm just saying.
Not as an individual.
And you're right, but the problem is we don't know the process of things. A lot of people don't realize that the alderman is the liaison between the community and the mayor. And so often these aldermen just sit down and collect this money and have not really represented their community.
Yeah, the thing with the sister that called in from the West Side, she's asking surplus. What do you mean surplus? Don't surplus mean extra? So where y'all get an extra $51 million from?
Yeah, where did they get it from?
Well, Lopez said that we had extra money. Let me play that real quick.
The money comes from the COVID fund, the opioid money. look, the money is our money, no matter where it comes from.
It is, absolutely. And let me tell you something. I believe it's money that the alderman did not make us aware that we could apply for when it was in there, because it shouldn't have been just sitting there. It should have went to the people.
Exactly. You got to remember, Lori had 1.2. Lori had 1.2 billion dollars, really 1.9 billion that she got from the COVID relief money, right? And she said she was going to spend 1.2 billion of the 1.9 billion. But let's sum it up like this: every single damn dollar that's being spent on these illegal immigrants was our money. It didn't belong.
So how can we make them give it back to us?
Give it to no damn illegal immigrants.
We need it back.
And so if y'all not ready to organize, if you're not ready to organize and do something about it, then just shut the hell up. Let them keep on walking all over the place.
No.
Let me tell you something.
How can we make them give it back?
Stop making it about you. Yeah, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying.
Oh, you mean you're right.
Because we don't do shit.
That's right. But let me tell you something. I put it all on my Facebook page, and I let them know that if your alderman is not representing you, they need to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I put that on my page.
I just tell y'all what the threat is.
And let me tell you
y'all what the threat is.
What's the threat?
The threat is that we call a meeting with them white racist Republicans, and we talk about America First agenda, and we ask Trump to come here, and we get rid of the sanctuary city and do everything we need to put ICE on these immigrants. I don't give a fuck if they from Africa, Mexico, Israel, China. We get rid of them. If you don't do that, they're gonna get rid of you.
You don't have to tell me they're doing that anyway. Especially with black and brown people, they doing it anyway. But you know what? They always bunch us into something. We the only race of people that we change. First we was Negroes, then we was black, then we was African American, then we people of color. We the only ones that they change identity and we accept it.
Look, are you willing to sit down with the Republican Party to send a message to the Democratic Party? Because all that talking ain't nothing gonna happen for you. I'm giving it to you straight.
No, you know what?
I don't care nothing about no back and forth.
Let me tell you something. I'm not trying to go back and forth with you, but I am trying to help people to understand that the people that you put in office supposed to represent you. Now, my thing is, I was a hard-working woman, so I ain't paying no attention to all that stuff. And when we were young, we liked the fact that the dad gave us a block party, and you know, he had ward men, and they had preacher captains. They don't even have preacher captains anymore because they don't want to even give them a little stipend to go in the neighborhood to find out what the neighbors want. So the problem is, a lot of people might just be naive about what these people are supposed to do.
Are you willing to be a part of organizing? Because all that you're doing right now is just talking. You know what I'm saying?
No,
are you willing to start organizing to send a message?
Okay.
So what you're doing right now is just talking, and it's customary about people.
Martin's show.
Okay. Let's start organizing. You ain't gonna make nothing happen just talking.
No, I'm on Martin's show because somebody might be just like me, not aware what the alderman is supposed to do, what the state rep is supposed to do. They might not be aware what the commission be supposed to do.
If they don't know what the alderman's job is by now, grown as they are, then just shut up and follow. That's what they need to do.
That's not
if
true.
they don't know what the alderman's job is, and they're 40 and 50 years old, then just be quiet and follow.
They might be old. They might have all they did was work all their life. They didn't know.
Hold it. We got a new caller. Hold it. Let me see what new caller got to say. 3625. We don't want to. Come on. 3625. New caller.
No, I didn't want to butt in, but
how much is
it's like if one saying they don't know, and then the other one saying do it. So the brother saying, baby, you as a man, we have to do it. And if you know what to do, inform people. That's the only thing what he's saying. And we're gonna go out and have feed the muscle. So y'all on the right track. But the thing is about the compromise. Somebody got to lead and somebody got to follow. So all the discussion about it, they're gonna keep on depriving blacks because blacks deprive themselves. I filed my taxes. When I had filed my taxes with Trump, I had way more money when I filed with a Democratic president. The man is right. The man is 1,000% right. Now, what I'm saying, Go ahead, bro.
Brother man. Now, you know what people don't talk about? 30% of the black male vote went to Trump.
Sarge, I didn't want you to cut him off. Let the brother talk. Okay, I'll let you talk next, but go ahead, brother. I don't want you to cut him off. Go ahead, brother. 3625.
No,
go ahead.
only thing that I was actually inputting is what he was saying as far as like American things as far as the law. By you being born in this country, it's written in the law. If you are American citizen, you get certain entities from the government. Point blank, period. How you gonna have people that went and fought for this country and then came back from this country and then be homeless and stuff like that? I don't like to see homeless people because there's so much money that's allocated to billionaires, and yeah, Trump did for his rich people. He did stuff for people that's in this room of people that he messed with.
Sir,
yeah, so he gonna have.
Sir, hold it.
Yeah,
you got take your phone on speakerphone, bro.
My phone ain't on speaker.
Somebody phone on speakerphone. 917, is that you?
Man.
No, it's not me.
I'm here, but I'm not the problem. I'm here, but it's not me that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not me either, Martin.
Somebody
Not 6799 either.
Somebody think
it's an echo because it was an echo.
Right. It should be no echo.
Maybe somebody's got a Facebook page open.
Yes, maybe somebody got a Facebook page open. All right, I blocked the number who I thought it was. Okay, hold it, caller. I got a new caller. 9168. 9168. Come on, people. Come on, caller.
Hey, Martin. Hey, Martin, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, great. I just wanted to answer the conversation because I'm really ready to go. We have talked about the illegal immigration so many times, and I thank you for putting that on your platform. However, we're losing focus that we need to go to different aldermen. So my solution is that we go to every alderman that you list, and we go to their wards and demonstrate at their wards to say that we are totally against this and we need to cut the check. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just finish and then I'm gonna let y'all go?
No, you talk. This is my show. This is my show. Talk, sister. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because it gets so chaotic and we can't stay on point. That's why they keep doing what they're doing to us. We keep we 500 years behind because we can't stay about the check. We need to talk about the number one thing that our slaves, we need to go back into our history, bring everybody, every African-American person, descendant of slavery, needs to have their proof of paperwork showing that their family was a descendant of slaves. And we're demanding our check. We don't give a damn about what they give everybody else. You see how fast they gave that money to them? We need our money to us. It's been 500 years of all kinds of oppression and depression. We don't have time for the talk. So I agree with Mark. All of that talk is over with. All we need is some people to sit down. We got too many educated people to write what we need to write, what we want. And we're not accepting nothing else. Because before, and that money for COVID, that COVID funding money should have went to essential workers, which was Black people. We need to stop saying Black and brown. We need to say African American.
Yes.
Because we keep saying Black and brown. Brown means Hispanics. They just got here in 1965. They was not here over the electric. You know, we have to keep the main thing.
Okay.
And every time we add somebody else in it, the other solution is for us to go to the north side because we can partner with our with those people.
Okay.
From Wright College who is experiencing the same who experienced the same thing because they came into their schools, and that makes the lawsuit bigger. You can actually have a bigger lawsuit because that's a school that they walked into.
Sure did.
Okay. All right, hold it right there.
Also, stop.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Stop calling yourself African American. These Africans are right along with the Mexicans. They can benefit from what just happened today. The 50
They're not.
Stop calling ourselves African Americans. They don't care. The Jamaicans and all. Look, we Black Americans, we Negroes, Black Americans, descendants of slavery. Stop calling ourselves African American. I'm saying for political purposes, Africans sold us into slavery. They sold us to these white folks. The white folks didn't steal us. Africans sold us.
No,
Barack Obama came to the United States Code.
Mark,
he did it.
Mark, we were sold and taken too.
I don't mean to cut you
but
off.
Hey,
they just made a bill. They just made a bill in the House of Representatives for I think somewhere up north to where when they put down on applications they some Arab, I don't mean to call them people out their name, but some on the when you fill a job application out, you know how you specify what race and nationality you are.
Right.
They put it down. They made it law. They made it law where they had some type of descendancy relationship with the
Listen, hold on, brother. Hold it. 917. Don't call in no more because it's your phone that's been echoed. Do not call in no more. I got a new caller. 0291. Come on, new caller.
My phone's not echoing.
Yes, it is. You got to listen to 0291. Go ahead.
Hey, Martin, it's Mother Diva.
Hey, Mother Diva, how are you? Good.
I'm fine. I was at the city council meeting this morning, and it was very tense. Am I echoing? You hear me okay?
You go ahead. Go ahead. You're okay. Go ahead.
Okay. There was a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, but I also saw a lot of unity and love. It was a melting pot of so many different emotions and feelings about this. And when Ray Lopez stood up and explained the books, he pretty much became an accountant in that moment and explained what dollars were available and where the money is just sitting there. He mentioned something about $700 million that's in a surplus that have not been spent. It's just sitting there. And that was very appalling to me. Now, here's the situation. When me and you talked earlier, it's like, when is this going to end? Give them $51 million now, and that's only going to last them through July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen after that?
They're going to be back.
They're going to need more money and more money and more money. And we are supposed to take care of our own. And when I say our own, I mean home. I'm talking about residents of the city of Chicago that pay their taxes, okay, that contribute to the economic growth and development of this city. Mm-hmm. They spend their dollars here. Now, one of the things I came up with, I actually have a Zoom call with Jeanette Taylor tomorrow to discuss some things in the 20th Ward. I used to be a resident of 20th Ward. I'm no longer there, but I still want to help give back to that community. She let us come over there and paint a mural of the Godfather of Street Dance. And we want to continue to beautify these communities to put a smile on the residents' face. Now, what has happened is I know a lot of people are angry with the aldermen that voted yes on this ordinance. However, you have to understand that these aldermen have to play this political game. Jeanette spoke very eloquently about that she needed in her ward and how her emotions ran high to the point she was yelling, screaming, cursing, and crying. And she got a standing ovation. And she specifically said that I vote yes on this, okay, but when my people have needs, you got to vote yes on that. And one of the things that I don't understand is they knew that this was going to be high tension. Why wasn't there other ordinances at this same meeting to pass to give dollars to these disenfranchised communities? Chicago is a very rich city. Don't let these people fool you. The city has money. The county has money. The state has money. You all are constantly buying alcohol, cigarettes, gambling, lottery. The money is everywhere. It's just not organized, and they are not dispersing it where it needs to go. And if it's in consistency, there should not be any senior citizens where their roofs are falling in. That is unacceptable. Okay? Now, what I told Jeanette is the same thing I told the vice mayor, Walter Barnett.
Sister,
I said, you know what?
Hold it.
Go ahead.
Are you on a speakerphone? Because I need you to get off of Bluetooth. Because somebody says an echo.
Okay, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead. That's better. That's better. Go ahead. No speakerphone. Go ahead.
What I told them, first of all of the businesses and corporations that come into the community, and I don't care if it's a mom and pop business or if it's Walmart, that has to be city approved. They have to approve these businesses to be in these communities. So I told Walter Barnett and I told Jeanette, I said, half of the people in here smoke Newport. Why hasn't anybody come together and called the Newport Corporation, called the Alcohol Corporation, and get the money that they need to reinvest in the community? People are constantly going buying cigarettes and alcohol. Well, then they need to be sponsors and they need to give money to the city. Now, Amazon, is 3 Amazons here. There's one in Monet, there's one in Matson, and there is one in Harvey. 3 Amazon centers. Amazon has billions upon billions of dollars. The owner of Amazon just gave $200 million to 2 different people last year. So they need to start reaching out to these corporations. If you want to be in this community, then you need to sponsor these communities. And when there is a lot of corruption, because there's money going in folks' pockets and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But what is the solution? We keep talking about organizing, coming together. I have told people this over and over again. If you want to hurt something, you hurt them in their pockets. If they taking your tax dollars, hey, don't pay your taxes no more. Don't shop corporate. If everybody came together and withdrew their dollars, then it would be an emergency situation where they would have no choice but to open up that surplus and give that money where it's needed in these communities.
Ma'am, can I say something to you?
Go ahead.
They donate the money. These corporations are donating. You just don't get none of it. We just don't get none of it. I just told you the solution to this. Let's have a meeting with these white racist Republicans. You want to send a message? Let them see that we have a meeting as whites and blacks who are America first, with an America first agenda. All that other stuff, they don't care nothing about us talking. They don't care how smart we are. They don't care about us talking. But all they care when we get to organizing and saying that we're going to flip the script and go on the other side and put an agenda together. Outside of that, they know y'all just going to talk and then y'all going to turn around and vote right back for the Democratic Party. They know y'all going to do it. They're not even worried about none of this stuff that you're mad about right now. Martin, what you call it? What you just called it?
Fake pain.
They just mad for right now.
Yeah,
you call it something else. Though.
It's fake pain.
You know,
fake pain.
All you're doing is blowing off those steam. You're going to turn around in the interest of women's rights and gay rights and all that stuff. And you're going to go right along with the Democratic Party because you think that's more important than the black agenda. Now, I'm not going to zero in on you per se about it, but I'm saying as a whole of a people, All you care about is some women's rights, some gay rights, and some of the other stuff for men, a few, you know what I mean? Outside of that, man, we don't have no black agenda. And so we have to organize a black agenda. We have to sit down with the other side, make a deal, because politics is about making deals. It ain't about the color of your skin. It ain't about what grandmama and granddaddy did. It ain't about whether they racist or not. Hey, I don't care nothing about them being racist. You shouldn't be caring about them being racist. As long as we get our agenda fulfilled, that is our solution. And the way to get our solution right now is to sit down and have an America First conversation. Because you vote for the Democratic Party moving forward, you just voting to give everything to everybody but yourself. This is a fact. This is a national agenda that's happening right now before your eyes. And you have been excluded from the national agenda. And if you don't go against this Democratic Party, whatever happened to y'all is y'all damn fault.
Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead. Mother Diva, go ahead.
I wanted to ask Mark a question. My question, Mark, you said that these corporations have donated. Yes, they have donated. But where is the change? Where is the process? Why are our seniors having roofs falling in?
They donate the money. You just don't get none of it.
Okay, then there's a disconnect, and somebody must be stealing.
These black politicians, look, these black politicians get everything that they need for their little summer fests that they have, their little black block party stuff that they have. These corporations take care of these people. It don't trickle down to us. I'm trying to show you how to make it trickle down to you. You got to go against the party that's been going against you. You ain't been dealing with no Republicans.
Sir, you preaching to somebody who ain't even a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm in the Green Party.
I got you, but
and I have no problem talking with Republicans.
Ain't no Green Party strong enough to do nothing in America. Okay?
Well,
the Green Party.
And that's your opinion. But what I'm just saying is that I have no problem sitting down talking with anyone.
Just listen to me, sister. Please hear me on this. The Green Party does not have enough steam, money, or organized power to make a decision. All that is wishful thinking. These people are 300 and 400 years ahead of you with the Democratic and Republican Party. Ain't no Green Party never won nothing.
Well, technically that's not true.
Well, can I add something?
You need to Google and see what they have
that won an election. Name me a Green Party candidate that won an election.
Okay, I'll Google it.
Not one.
No,
that's not true. No, you need to fact check before you make statements.
Hold on,
Mark. I got a question.
My thing is, I listened to the council meeting online because I didn't get a chance to go down there. And when Lopez was talking, he was saying that the money had not been accounted for, and seniors they were backlogged with seniors getting free they roof fixed in their house. So I'm just trying to figure out why the citizens in Chicago were not the priority, and I think we should hold the aldermen accountable. They should be sitting up there getting the motion, then voting yes. If they scared, they don't need the job.
Listen, as long as they can do what they did today, and you don't do nothing in response to them doing it, but talking, they're going to do it again. I'm telling you what they fear. They fear us having an America First conversation and pushing an America First agenda. And the only way you're going to get that is out of the Republican Party. The Republican Party is for those that want to be independent, want to be rich, want to own something. The Democratic Party is for those that want to be poor and dependent. It's just that simple. There's only two parties. You want to be a part of dependency or you want to be a part of independency. And you better make your mind up and figure out which direction you want to go in. As a matter of fact, let me say it like this right here. Because you've been hearing all your life, well, Democrats for the poor, the Republicans for the rich. No, the Democrats to keep your ass poor. And the Republicans for those that want to be rich. And they don't care what color you are. If you want to get in on the money, you want to own a business, you go meet with the Republicans. You want to wait on Section 8 and welfare and some grant program, then you keep voting Democrat. This is the real truth of how things are working. All that other stuff don't mean nothing. Don't be voting based on no damn women's rights and no gay rights and all that stuff. That stuff ain't gonna put no goddamn dirty dishes in your sink. You need some money. You ain't gonna have no abortion if you having money. A lot of people have abortions because they ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? You done had a baby by a nigga ain't got no money, and you be ready to get rid of that baby because you know he can't take care of that baby. You get some money, you don't mind having no baby.
Okay, the first U.S. Green to be elected was David Connolly, who was the county board supervisor in Wisconsin, and so was Frank Cohen. They were county board supervisors in Wisconsin. Those were the two Green parties that won in the Green.
Hey, Mark, I got a question.
Go ahead, my sister.
Go ahead, sister.
Okay, my question is, what would be a first practical step that we could take? Because I don't really care about no other parties right now. I'm just talking about action that we can take to actually demand that we get something for our communities and for Blacks.
You got to send a political threat along with your agenda. And that political threat is to call a mass meeting, and that political threat is to call a mass meeting with the other side. Don't y'all see that they say only two sides fight in this fight? There's no in between. There's no other party. It's the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And either we're gonna go and sit down and have a meeting with the other side, or we're gonna continue to just talk just to be talking. If you don't pose a political threat, they're not gonna listen to you.
So
on top of that, what we need to do is all these homeless veterans, all these homeless people, wherever them immigrants going down there getting services, we go get everybody that's homeless, and then we take them right down there and let it be known. Since this for homeless people, this is for migrants, and we coming down here and get service too. Or we start acting a fool with them. All that, man, trying to be politically correct and good Christians. If people ain't Christians, they don't care nothing about you trusting in the Lord, believing in the Lord. They don't believe in what you believe in. They don't even think you're a human being. So you need to start standing up and acting a goddamn fool with them. And I guarantee you they hear you. I guarantee you these Democrats will hear you. They hear you, see you be with them white racist Republicans. All that other shit ain't number talk. These black politicians, man,
that's where I want to get to.
And they don't take you to leave.
Martin, I think we should do the alderman office like someone brought up before. We should
I brought that up. We need to start with the alderman office, but I want to hear what Mark has to say.
Right.
Ma'am, what you gonna do with the alderman that ain't already voted for the money? What you gonna do going to the alderman office?
We're gonna hold them accountable and
what you gonna do? Because I do this right here. You don't do this stuff. I do this right here. And I'm trying to give you 25 years in this game. All that other stuff you talking, you don't even understand how the political system works. Not for real. I'm listening to you. And there's no disrespect to you, but we're in a state of emergency, and all that just blowing off some hot steam and all that. You ain't sitting no political
What have you accomplished?
You just talking.
What have you accomplished?
We don't want to go through that, guys. I mean,
no, we're not trying to.
Right. Because I think
we're taking too much time.
This is not a competition.
No, my thing is, I think that when new people get on board, my whole thing is holding people accountable that we put in office. So if we have to start with the aldermen and start raising, saying,
tell me how you plan to hold them accountable.
Okay.
Tell me how you plan to hold them accountable.
No, I just said that I think we need to let them know how we feel about what they did, because in a couple more months, they're going to try to do it again. Because the $51 million...
Ma'am, you really don't understand that they voted openly in front of everybody. They don't care about how you feel.
But what about Mark?
They will care.
Mark, what about the aldermen who agreed with us, who said no to about the policy, about not spending the money? How about we go to them?
Let's get to this point. Let's get to this point right here. I told y'all that there was $1.9 billion that was given to Lori from Trump, right? Out of that $1.9 billion, $1.2 billion was supposed to be put into businesses and community programs. It was called the Chicago Recovery Program, $1.2 billion. $700 million of that money. Now, that's just one part of money right there. It's still available. We have to raise hell and demand and make them give us part of the money. Now
where the money is supposed to go again? Now, what did you say the money is supposed to go to? Businesses and what?
Businesses. I'm saying it to you. You know what I'm saying? Please listen, because I don't have time to be going back and forth about stuff, man. This is too serious of a time, and all we have to do is get on board with those of us. And
Mark,
I'm not the only one, so don't take it like I'm the only somebody that knows what's going on. Listen, y'all. $1.9 billion was given to Lori Lightfoot by Donald Trump for COVID. $1.2 billion was put into a program called the Chicago Recovery Program for businesses, and the other ones was for community initiatives and things around housing and programs and all that kind of stuff. There's $700 million of those dollars still left. That's what they were talking about at City Council today. Outside of that money, the city's budget is $17 billion. The county's budget is $8 billion. The water reclamation budget is $3 billion. City colleges budget is $4 billion. Chicago Public Schools budget is $8 billion. And I can go from budget to budget to budget. If we
Mark, what's the state budget? What's the state budget?
The state budget is about $40 billion.
They just passed that too. But how
all
do
this
people
money
tap
that
into
they
that?
got?
Even though the money is there, how do people apply for what they need?
See, that's another thing. Let me just say this real quick, Mark. That's another thing. Because I'm connected to certain networks, I get emails and I do a lot of research. The recovery program the recovery network program is real. You could go on there and apply for grants for businesses, for community initiatives. You have to go through their process, but they were giving out that money. They were giving out those checks. In fact, during COVID, because I hold shows at the Daily Plaza and I was unable to work, the Three Arts Foundation gave me $1,500 grant. So the money is there and they have been giving it out, but the problem is they don't advertise it. There's no big billboard.
No, what they do is give the money to people who are politically connected. And because we're not politically connected and we don't organize ourselves into a block of power and kick their ass and make them give us some, they give your money to white folks in the black neighborhood, and they all go in there instead of whooping the white folks' ass.
And I want to respond real quick to someone who made a comment and said that, Jeanette Taylor is taking Zoom meetings about painting. I'm not discussing painting with her. Jeanette wants a community center. She wants other things over there for her children and the kids in the Inglewood community. And I'm meeting with her to talk about how we can go and grab funds from these corporations to build what she needs in the community. My whole point of this was if we would have been able to get these hundreds of millions of dollars from the corporations, then we wouldn't have to use taxpayer money to do anything because we have money coming in from other places that's going to where it's supposed to go, that's being used, and nobody's stealing it.
Certain part of the money. Ma'am, there's no one certain money that you use. You use corporate money and you use public money and private money. It's not just about the corporations. You pay taxes, and so you are supposed to be able to benefit from the taxes that you pay.
Exactly.
These people coming here illegal, they ain't paid no money, and they get our money because all we do is talk.
That's the whole point.
Organize, you don't send no political threats, and I'm trying to tell you how to get to your destination as quick as possible. If you have a meeting, we have a meeting with them white racist Republicans, and we saying that we're going to get rid of all these Democrats. I guarantee you, them niggercrats and them hunky-crats going to come and have a meeting with you. Other than that, they're going to keep looking past you.
That's a good strategy.
That's a good strategy. The strategy is so vague, Mark.
You got to set a political threat.
No. Mark. You know the strategy as well as I do. We both on the same page as to the strategy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When we showed up and showed out at the polls when Trump won, You had 30% of the black male vote went for the Republican Party. Oh, that made eyes buck. Okay.
Y'all started old house nigga Al Sharpton. Y'all started old house nigga Al Sharpton when he found out that black men were going towards the Republican Party, attempted to get on media and get us to go back with the Democratic Party because he's owned by the Democratic Party. Now I'm trying to say this to us in the interest of us sending a threat. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I would use any one of them old white ass parties to get our agenda pushed. But y'all really believe y'all Democrats. Y'all really believe that every time an election come around, you should vote for them old white racist ass Jews and stuff. Them people don't care nothing about y'all.
But the thing that's
now,
real,
y'all really think
the whole
about
deal.
hey, Mark,
well, you need to stop generalizing and saying y'all. Okay.
My question is, where was the 51? I've been still trying to figure out where the 51 million surplus come from.
Exactly. Why they call it a surplus like they had extra money.
Right. Where did it come from? Where was
the money is coming? What part you not listening to?
Listen, y'all.
It came from the COVID fund.
Hold it.
Hold it. Mark.
Hold it. No, let Mark talk.
See,
let Mark talk. Go, Mark. Go ahead.
Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. The money is coming, wherever it's coming from, first and foremost, it didn't come from no damn illegal, so they shouldn't be getting none of it. So all they really trying to figure out where it came from your pocket. That's where it came from. It came from your pocket into their hands. And since it came from your pocket into their hands, you should be raising hell. Don't be trying to figure out where it came from. You know it came from you. You know they didn't put no money in the pot because they just walked over.
I understand that, but my question was, I wanted to know where
COVID money. It came from COVID money, ma'am.
It was COVID money.
It came from the COVID money.
Then we got that money, and then, like the lady said, it wasn't advertised. So how do we know that money was just sitting there?
Okay.
We didn't know that.
I need to pay.
Well, because Ray Lopez spilled the beans today.
Yeah.
He told it all.
Let me play Raymond Lopez again, y'all. Let me play him again so we can hear.
Okay.
Y'all got a few minutes. Let me play Raymond again. All right, I'm finna play. Y'all got a few more minutes. Let me play Raymond Lopez. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to blow his name.
That's right.
Without telling the 2.7 million people that make up this city what we're going to do. We've come to learn about a month ago.
Listen.
That the administration, prior to your arrival, sir, spent $112 million to address the situation, which one of my colleagues just said has individuals who wouldn't be alive, wouldn't have food, wouldn't be able to eat if it wasn't for the donations of others. Where the hell did $112 million from?
Where? Say that.
This is a question every single one of us should be asking.
That's right.
Because regardless of the issue.
Hey, Mark, we can't hear.
You can't hear? You got to turn your phone down.
No.
Y'all can't hear? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I don't know why y'all can't hear. Hold on. Let me see.
That's right.
Hold on.
Now, we can talk about investment in other communities. We can talk about investment in the black community. We can talk about investment in the entire city of Chicago. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, we have in this book right here, the 2023 Chicago Recovery Plan, which was a gift from President Joe Biden with over $2 billion to the city.
You know what, Martin?
Yeah.
What you're going to have to do is start it over, and then everybody push their mute buttons on their phone and listen to what he's saying coming through your phone or your laptop or your TV, because I'm looking at you on TV.
Okay. All right, people, I'm going to start.
And I can hear it through the TV.
Okay. Y'all just put.
So everybody push your mute button so you won't get no feedback, and then push the mute button on the phone, but watch the video. If you on YouTube or Facebook, you need to be able to hear it that way.
Okay. All right, I'm going to play it again. It's going to be about 3 minutes, 5.
Hello. The Lightfoot administration began receiving the first busload of individuals August 20.
Yep.
In 9 months ago, we've been seeking individuals, and in 9 months, this chamber and the previous administration never laid out the plan to the public.
That's right. Say that.
Never said, what can we do
That's right.
to address the situation? And I understand there's all kinds of politics when it comes to immigration. I get it. But that's the federal government's issue. Our issue is they are here now.
Let's turn your phone down.
Here and now. And we can't do that by hiding on the 5th floor, 6th floor, 8th floor, 10th floor, and any other floor.
That's right.
Without telling the 2.7 million people that make up this city what we're going to do. We've come to learn about a month ago that the administration, prior to your arrival, sir, spent $112 million to address the situation, which one of my colleagues just said has individuals who wouldn't be alive, wouldn't have food, wouldn't eat if it wasn't for the donations of others. Where the hell did $112 million go?
Where? Say that.
This is a question every single one of us should be asking.
That's right.
Because regardless of the issue of who's here, the real question is,
Where the money at? Yeah, where the money at?
where's the 51 million going?
Where the dollars at?
And what happens July 1st? When we're broke again.
That's right.
Now, we can talk about investment in other communities. We can talk about investment in the black community. We can talk about investment in the entire city of Chicago. In fact, ladies and gentlemen,
Where the people at?
in this book right here, the 2023 Chicago Recovery Plan, which was a gift from President Joe Biden with over $2 billion to the city.
Where is the money? Where is it?
In 2023, ARPA, the American Recovery Plan Act, this body, under the previous administration, committed to $538.4 million in the year 2023. Projects from affordable housing, homelessness, infrastructure, youth development, environmental justice, homeless services, small business, tourism, violence prevention, and other wonderful things. If you'd love to see the book, I'm happy to share it. But on every single page, despite everything that we've talked about, everything that we're saying that we're going to do and commit ourselves to do, when you look at encumbered and expended year to date, zero. Zero.
Tell the truth, shame them devils.
Does not matter what people say they're going to do for your community if they don't spend $1 to do it.
Say that.
Now, as she was bolting for the exit, Lori Lightfoot issued a half a dozen executive orders. And as you know, Mr. President, it is your right to keep or to refuse. That's right. But we do know that you have to tie your hands. Well, one of the things that she was trying to do inadvertently is she told us in this document, which is our budget, which many of you voted for, there are an anticipated $690 million in free floating money assigned after revenue minus expenses. A budget surplus of more than $700 million, which is her executive order number whatever, 5, she said that should go to pensions. That's taxpayer money.
There you go.
That's taxpayer dollars that will go for services you are never going to see. Whether it's hiring clinicians to work in the Department of Public Health, whether it's filling police vacancies, that is not free money, it's your money.
Say that.
He knows.
And because it's your money, she thought it should go here. But what it tells me is that this budget has more than enough money to go around. Because when you want to know where that money in the budget has been going,
tell us.
Let's put something in perspective here, okay? $51 million is all we're asking for 2 months. We're actually talking about $163 million that would have been spent year to date. Not to mention whatever's going to be spent to December 31. But when you think of the fact that we're trying to spend $160 million, look at what the Department of Streets and Sanitation spends on an annual basis. $310 million for the entire city of Chicago. We are spending, have spent, half of what we do for everything streets and sand related up until this point. That's your garbage. That's your tree trimming, which, by the way, we only spend about $22 million for the entire city of Chicago. You talk about rats, $13 million for the entire city to keep the road control, the population under control, but yet we're already at $167 million for 10,000 trees.
Wow.
You can go look at CDOT, which only spends $18 million on traffic safety, $41 million to keep the street lights on. The mayor's office of people with disabilities only spends $2.9 million as an entire department to help only put 500 platform lifts into homes throughout the city of Chicago.
All out, my brother.
Department of Housing, $44 million. Planning and Development is a $99 million budget, of which, to one of my colleagues' point, we only budget $6.1 million a year for home repair.
Wow.
Which, by the way, is on a 3-year backlog for a roof for our city. Rain on the roof. Furnaces that get
Tell the truth, shame those devils.
Allocates $35 million to itself, as well as $29.9 million for all citywide elected. This money is not insignificant. It's not a drop in the bucket. Because when you look at where we prioritize everything, and many of you have said time and time again, a budget is a representation of our values.
That's right.
Our values so far have been outweighed right now. And there is money to address the other issues. The revenue and matter that my colleagues have discussed.
All right, I'm going to leave it right there, people. All right, I'll leave it right there. All right. I mean, y'all heard enough right there. That was Raymond Lopez in raw form today at the city council meeting, which he did voted no. He gave us a wonderful education. All right, people, y'all can turn y'all, unmute your phones and turn you. So that's it right there, people. That was the heart of the meeting today. He explained a lot of things in detail. So I'm just letting y'all know this thing is real, people. We in the battle. Every time black people want something, we get a pushback. And we got to keep pushing, people. We got to keep pushing. Every time we say we want something, they push back. Oh, well, we ain't got no money. We can't do this. And it's always game, and they get these Negro politicians to stand right with them. So, people, this is real. This is real. So, Mark.
Hey, Martin, if I can't say it a million times, listen, black politicians believe in God, but they take orders from white folks that don't believe in the same God. Them white folks should fail the devil, and these black politicians take orders from them. If you want to send a message to the black politicians that are owned by these white devil worshippers, then you go to the other side and you use the Republican devil against the Democratic devil. But they both devils. And why not have them devils fighting with one another? But see, if they know you just going to automatically do all this talking and then you're going to vote for the Democratic Party, then why should they have to listen to you? Why should they have to give you something when they know you're going to be fake mad for a couple of months and you're going to go right there like an old robot? Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I know about the devil I got. I don't know about the new devil. That's why they ain't giving you nothing. You don't send them no threat. You pose absolutely no threat. They got you all figured out. Even Barack Obama, he had you so figured out. He ain't put no money in the black neighborhood when he ran for president or senator. He gave all the money to white folks, and you still voted for him, and he didn't do nothing for you, and you voted for him twice. And then telling the people, well, give him a chance. He can only do what they let him do. His hands tied. Well, cut the goddamn hands off if they tied.
Hey, Mark, hold it right there.
Hold it
right there, Mark. Let me take this new caller, 1534. Come on, caller. 1534.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hey, this is John Kugler. I work with Subex News, and I know Mark and I know Tyrone.
Okay.
The reason I'm calling in is I used to work at the teachers union. I know how these guys are operating.
Okay.
All this stuff that's going on today is a diversion. They did the same thing in the union over 12 years ago. We came in with an $8.8 million surplus, like Alderman Lopez just said. 2-3 years later, we said, what happened to the money? They said, we don't know. They set up the United Working Families. They set up all the alderman races. And that's how Brandon Johnson is the mayor today. The reason Brandon Johnson is the mayor today is because it was planned out 12 years ago. And now what they're doing with the city budget, they're going to use that money, the resources, and the infrastructure to branch out, meaning they're going to go out, take over other towns, other states, other offices. And this is about what Mark talks about. This is about a philosophy and an ideology. It's anti-American. It has nothing to do with blacks or Hispanics or whites or racists or Trumps. They have an ideology to take over the country, dismantle it, and use race, use sex, use transgender to use the resources to promote their ideologies, which is whether it's socialism or communism. Yep. So that's what I wanted to put my expertise in and how they're doing it. So the fighting in the city hall is on purpose so we don't watch the money.
Exactly.
That's what it's there.
Okay.
Yep. And I've seen it firsthand. When I came into Chicago Public Schools 20 years ago, I worked at Hyde Park Creek Community Academy over there on 63rd and Stony Island.
Mm-hmm.
The old guys that used to work in the system, they would say, they want you to look at their right hand that's making the show. And then you don't see their left hand going in your back pocket. And that's what we've seen today. We've seen a show of $51 million. But as Mark pointed out, there's close to $50 billion in a budget in the city hall. Whether it's City Hall, CPS, the Park District, and all those properties. If we're concentrating on 51 million, we're not concentrating on all the 50 billion. And where's the infrastructure for our black communities and all the other communities that have been destroyed by the war on drugs, criminalization, closing schools? So we need to be careful as citizens of Chicago not to be divided along race lines, religious lines, but we need to get together and organize. And Mark's got a good idea. Even though we might not like Republicans, they're the ones that can help us because they're the opposite of them. You might not like them, but my philosophy is I don't sleep with the Republicans. I don't go to bed with them. But if they're going to help me achieve my goals, which is prosperity for every citizen in Chicago, then maybe I need to work with them. So that's what I want to say. I appreciate you, my brother.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I want to ask Mark, this Mother Dude, I want to ask you a question because I'm definitely on board with your strategy, but I just want to know your opinion of this. I was told by several leaders of different groups of people that Joe Biden wanted these immigrants, they were beneficial for him because if he let all these immigrants in and give them citizenization, then they can vote for him in the 2024 election. Do you think that's really his strategy? First of all, let me say this. Joe Biden is senile and Kamala Harris is Satan's third cousin. I don't like either one of them. I didn't vote for them. I don't want to have nothing to do with them because they're evil people. A lot of these Democrats have disenfranchised the community. If you look up their voting record, they have voted against, I'm talking about the ones in Congress, they have voted against programs and beneficial initiatives that Republicans created, and they voted against it just because they were Republicans. I've seen how low down and dirty they are. They are pretenders. They are aloof. I have seen it with my own eyes. Danny Davis got one foot in the grave. He don't do nothing for his district, but people still keep voting him in, and I don't understand why. It's ridiculous. But I just want to know, you think that's part of Biden's strategy to get these immigrants in and get them voting rights?
That's exactly what he's doing. And now the next move Brandon is going to make is he's getting ready to attempt to give these immigrants, illegal immigrants, the right to vote. Y'all see, Governor Pritzker gave them, Governor Pritzker down in Springfield orchestrated the move to let illegal immigrants become police. Look that up. But the next move is to let them first vote in school.
And some of them are cartel criminals.
That might be true, that Mark.
What's about to happen?
Yeah, Brother Mark.
Tell y'all what's about to happen, so y'all can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
So they just voted to give. So they just voted to give illegal immigrants the right to become police officers. They're not calling them illegal immigrants. They call them non-citizens. Look that up. Non-citizens becoming police officers. That's the first move. The second move is to let them vote in these school board elections. They're gonna have an elected school board, and then they're gonna let the illegal immigrants vote in the school board elections. The third move is to let them vote in municipal elections. Once they're able to vote in municipal elections, then they don't need the black votes no more. They don't need American votes no more because these illegal immigrants and the other immigrants are going to get together and vote on behalf of the Democratic Party. And so the way to stop them right now, and I know it may sound crazy and far-fetched to a lot of y'all, but I'm telling you, the only group that's anti-immigration is anti-union is the Republican Party. The Democratic Party needs you broke, busted, and disgusted, begging, on welfare, on Section 8, forever. Now, there's nothing wrong with running into a situation in your life where you have to go and get Section 8 and get welfare, but we cannot survive going from generation to generation telling our people to stay on welfare and Section 8. No, we want some of this big money. We want some of these contracts, these city jobs, these county jobs. We want everything that they giving to everybody else. Now, if y'all think what I'm saying is a joke after 25 years of watching this stuff, then don't listen to people like me. And I ain't the only one out here. Don't listen to us. And I guarantee your ass gonna be homeless. Like them black folks in California, they homeless. In New York, them black folks homeless. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, them black folks homeless. In Florida, they're homeless. Washington, D.C., they're homeless. I'm telling y'all what these progressives, these socialists, these liberals, this is what they do. They starve you into homelessness. Jeanette Taylor ain't nothing but a mammy for those socialists. She's part of the Socialist Party, the Socialist Caucus. She's not part of the Black Caucus. Y'all don't know that? She's part of the Socialist Caucus, along with the Hispanics. Go look up the Socialist Caucus. She's part of that. And with all that old performing and like she crying and all that, and then turn around and vote for the Mexicans. She did it because she's part of the Socialist Caucus, not the Black Caucus. But y'all don't see none but the color of her skin. You better pay attention to her ideology.
Mark, I told you to stop saying y'all. You can't generalize everybody like that.
I'm saying y'all. I can't say y'all because that's what I'm not talking about nobody in particular. You know what I mean? Don't take it like that. Just take the good and separate what you think is bad.
Yeah. Now, Mark, can I add something in?
Us acting out. Look, y'all. Let me say this because a lot of times we act out of our emotions, our feelings. Nobody care about how you feel or nobody care about your emotions. They don't care nothing about none of that. They'll steamroll you like you ain't there. They don't care about no babies or none of that. This thing.
Okay, Mark, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you a question because I've sat in on these city council meetings and I've talked to different members of the city council as well as state legislators and members of Congress. And one thing that I've learned, because I've been in politics for 20 years, I'm an election campaign strategist. I've helped several people who have run for office with their judges, state reps and things of that nature. And one thing that I've learned, a lot of times they will vote for something that they don't necessarily agree with in order to have their own agendas considered later on down the line. It's a political game. It's like, okay, if I vote for this, then when I want something, you won't vote what I want in. This is the game of politics. Isn't that possible? That's what happened today?
Yes, yeah. That's why when they say, well, what about the ones that voted in favor of the people? Forget the politicians. Take the power of the people. See, our people power is just as powerful as the 1%ers money.
That's right.
Think about what I just said to y'all. The 1%ers don't have no vote. They just got money. We are the people. We got the people power. And we can steamroll them no matter how much money they got. Jeff Bezos, no matter how rich he is, he ain't but one white man. And if we say we're not going to shop at Amazon, we'll put his ass out of business.
That's right.
That's how powerful we are. And so this thing is about us using our people power. And I'm telling you, if you want to send a message to this Democratic Party in Chicago, let them hear about all of us meeting with these Republicans. Make them bow back then. If you don't think you have no power, call a meeting with them and watch how quick these Democrats have all types of...
Mark, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question because I do know some Republicans. Matter of fact, I know a Republican over in Indiana. I know some here too. Let me ask you a question. How many people do you think we need to get organized in order to make enough noise and for your strategy to work? How many? Give me some numbers.
Look, we start out with 100,000 people. We done sent a message. At the goal, y'all hear me? Did y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, your voice coming through.
Yeah. So if the goal right now is to organize 100,000 people, 100,000.
Do those 100,000 people need to be Chicago or Illinois or Cook County, Will County? Just, give me some details.
We started right here in Chicago. We started right here in Chicago because see, Chicago with only two other counties. You can take Chicago, you can take Cook County, mainly Chicago, and two other counties out of the 103 counties, 102 or 103 counties, and you can overthrow the government. That's how powerful we are.
You're right.
And so we take 100.
That's part of the Declaration of Independence. It's in there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so if the goal is to organize 100,000 people to meet on an America First agenda. And we say to these Republicans, let's all sit down at the table and turn things around. I guarantee you the Democratic Party will go out of their way kissing your ass. But if you don't do that, then they're going to go out of their way to kick your ass.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Go ahead.
Now, Mother Diva, this is Leonard Roy.
Hey, Remix.
Now, did you forget when I told you when Obama was in office about the DACA plan and what the future that held? Remember we used to talk about that stuff?
Yeah, I remember.
And remember I said that the next step was by executive order, giving all the DACA recipients the right to vote in presidential elections?
Yeah.
Now, that was many years ago, right?
Yep.
I've been saying it, and Mark is echoing everything, but to the 25th hour of just conversations that you and I had, hell, 12 years ago.
Well, people.
Yeah, and I in the first election, I didn't vote for that at all.
Hold it. How about we start this? How about if we get an online petition first? We could do that. Talking about our concerns.
Sure.
I think that'd be great. And that speaks volumes.
Yeah, because
as well.
Mark, I wanted to ask you, if we did get 100,000 people, where do we meet? Because there are no venues in Chicago that hold 100,000.
Right.
Those are still hold.
It's so warm outside. It's so warm outside. We can meet wherever the hell air is. Air and grass. That's what we have to meet now. We do like Lollapalooza. You see Lollapalooza make millions of dollars.
Okay. Well, yeah, Grant Park, I guess we could do that.
And the thing about it, an online petition. If that online petition calls 100,000 Democrats to re-register and register as Republican voters, there it is.
That's gonna cause all.
Don't even have to be in person.
Hey, Leonard, you gonna come up with Leonard? Is we gonna have a Republican house party? Republican house party.
You know, you already know that's the reason they kicked me. They don't want me in Chicago. when I went on 46,
listen, y'all forgot about
that on my Trump 20 year.
All right,
you know,
let's
they don't
get back
talk to
on
me no
point.
more.
Let's get back on point. Come on, Mark.
Oh yeah, we're on point, but Mark, y'all can remember.
No, this is a plan.
Okay.
We're having this conversation to plan this out now. Let's do this.
I'm saying we can start moving and getting in motion.
No, with that petition, right?
You don't need no petition. You don't need no petition.
Brother, hear me out.
Action.
No, hear me out, brother. Hear me out. Now, if Martin is sponsoring an online petition with the followers that he have, even the ones that be watching from the bushes, they don't call into the show, they don't type in the chat, but I guarantee you they be listening.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets an online petition,
you just said the most powerful
come on,
thing.
let me finish.
You don't need no damn petition. I'm telling you, you said the right shit. You said it. All you got to do is tell the people move into action. We ain't got time to be writing nothing down. It's time to work right in there.
If someone's going to move into action, they need a plan to move, right?
Hey, brother.
Come on, brother.
Listen to me, man.
Brother, let me
fuck all that writing shit down. We ain't meeting no buildings. We ain't writing nothing down. We going down and re-register by the droves because you get them all into writing and talking and all that shit, they're gonna get burnt out. You take them and move them right into action. Take them right in the midst of battle. You know what I'm saying? All that. You don't need no more smart niggas.
That's a great plan,
You don't need no more smart right now niggas.
What day do you want to do it, Mark? What day do you want to do it? You love action.
In the morning.
Can you tell us
in the morning. Starting tomorrow.
Everybody
then they go to city council today and vote to get that money away.
Go ahead, Mark.
They voted today to get that money away. Tomorrow we start taking the people, re-registering them under the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be writing them down. We don't need no smart niggas. We don't need none of that. The threat is when you start moving ASAP and let them know we finna overthrow their ass. Dawson and them write nothing down. Dawson took them people and told them we gonna go and flip parties. You know what I'm saying? And he sent shockwaves through the Republican Party. That's what they.
Well, Mark, I think we need to do some. Mark, I think we need to do some advertising and run some commercials and let the community know that the plan, if you're a Democrat, is to re-register as a Republican, and we pick a day for us to go in groves and do that.
Then
we
take
have
a flyer,
to plan this out like a production.
Watch this, ma'am. It's 2023. It's 2023. Okay? So all us old folks up in here, listen to some of these young people. Listen to these young people, how they communicate. They'll make a flyer, put it on Facebook, they'll text it to each other, and by the time you go make a flyer and be passing it out, they done got it to 100,000 people already. We finna do what these young folks do on Twitter, on Facebook.
That's all you gotta do.
Calling, texting.
That's all you gotta do.
Huh?
We can do that, but we need to make sure that it's all facets of advertising is covered. Flyers, word of mouth, social media, radio, billboards, get somebody that got a U-Haul truck with a sign on it, driving around communities. We have to use all form of advertising to organize 100,000 people.
I totally agree with you. But everything you just named was on some old ass shit. We old people, okay? So look, these young people communicating through Twitter, Discord. If I say Discord and
Clubhouse, yes, and I agree with that.
I'm talking about, man. Listen to me now.
Okay, Martin, I want to ask you a question, Martin. How many? Listen, this is my point. How many kids went downtown that day when they had all them kids down at the beach? But they organized that on social media. How many kids was that?
Wow.
Martin, I'm asking you, how many kids was that?
I don't know. Ma'am,
no, the question is, how did they get the word out? Was the question. Should be the question.
They organized it on social media, but if it was 500 or 1,000 kids, that was all done on social media. The point is, you have to use every facet of marketing in order to make this successful. You do social media, which is Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Discord, Patreon, all of that. Word of mouth, paperwork, getting out in the street, passing out flyers, running commercials, billboards, radio, television. You're talking about 100,000 people going to be registered as another party. It's going to take a lot of organization and a lot of advertising to do that. Because for one thing, you got to convince some of these old school, hard knock, democratic, African American people of color, black people who hate Trump, who hate the Republicans. This ain't gonna be an easy task.
You ain't got to convince no old folks like us. The military don't do no organizing.
You don't even have to convince the young kids. You don't even have to. You don't have to convince the young kids because they ready.
Listen, what I'm going to say to you, man. Listen to me, ma'am, because listen. See, most of us over 40 years old, crazy as hell, and we hard-headed as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we go to that like the military do. We go get young people, and we start with the young people, and then we come back to the old people. The old people ask too many damn questions. You know what I'm saying? Old people, even though they vote, you know what I'm saying? They ask too many goddamn questions and shit. Go get these young people that America take them and walk them right into fire. They walk them right into war because they're young and ambitious. And we need to take these young people, walk them right into power and show them how to get this money. They want some money. They don't want no hereafter. You're gonna be in the streets paved with gold. I want my streets paved with gold now.
Mark, I'm all for it. We just have to have. I'm all for what you guys want to do. We must have a reasonable plan of action to get it done. That's all I'm saying.
We got the plan of action. Go do it. Do like Nike. Don't they say just do it?
Ma'am, even though I'm being funny about it. Listen, ma'am, I've been in this game 25 years. Okay, now I can play on the side of just making money and shutting the hell up, or I can make money and help the people rise above their situation. That's how long I've been doing this. And so I'm being humorous and bringing laughter.
And I think the idea of change.org is good. There are a lot of people who resign that petition.
But I'm saying you don't need no
but they have to go re-register.
It ain't nothing like being on that ground, okay? When you get on that ground and you telling these people that they done gave your money to them illegal Mexicans, them illegal Africans and all that stuff, I guarantee you, it ain't gonna take long for them to do exactly what you asking them to do. But we keep trying to do stuff the old way. The old way worked for back then. The new way must happen the new way. And the new way is to get on their ground through their social media, through communication, and start taking the people down there and doing it now. We ain't got to be writing nothing down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the only writing around we do is we go through that graphic artist. Hey, make us a flyer and say what we doing. And then you take that flyer and you text it to everybody that's in your phone. You put it on Facebook and
Mark, you don't even have to go. You ain't got to go to no designer. You don't have to go to no designer. It's called Canvas. I'm a young
However it's got to
person.
be
I'm
done.
under
You
40 years old. You can do it for free if you want it done. I'm about action, Mr. Mark. I'm one of them under 40 people who are about action, and I'm probably the youngest one on this call. It's my first time calling in. I've watched the show via Facebook many days about this immigrant issue. At the end of the day, I work with youth. I've been working in Chicago Public School as a mentor for over 10 years. All I know is if I tell them kids to go outside, let's go get it, they ready. So that's all you need to talk to. You don't have time to talk to nobody else. Mark, you tell us the date where you want to meet it, and we'll bring some people. That's all I'm about. I don't care about the rest of this arguing and all that. Do a flyer. That's why them kids come out. You said it. They do the trend. They go out and do it. They ain't got time to be talking. And when you tell them that their money going to somebody else, that's all you need.
And that's all I'm saying to us. And little sister, I totally agree. But see, what I had to do, because I got children from 30 down to 18. I had to get inside of their world. I had to be able. They ain't gonna tell me everything, but they know I love them enough. You know what I'm saying? To where
I'm 35 years old.
I got all
I'm not
I ain't got.
old. I'm 35 years old. I ain't old, and I ain't young either, but I'm ready to go.
There you go. And see, I got old daughters, and so I gotta make things better for them. I gotta make things better for the little boys that they're gonna be looking
well,
at.
I agree with people Mark, I certainly agree that the 18 to 30-year-olds would, they got a lot of fire and they definitely would probably be on board. So then that's our target audience. So that's fine. All I'm saying is let's just have a plan of action and get it done. That's all I'm saying. You don't need all Mark is saying. You don't need as much as you think you need, man. That's all he's saying. You may think you need a lot. You don't need as much as you think you need. You just need to keep. Martin has a great platform that gets to a lot of people. All you need to do is create the flyer, and it'll get out. Just like you call your friends and stuff when something come out. We all get to people. Okay, so then that's all right. So
you can make a flyer and put it on Facebook. Everybody in the world.
We're gonna make you
Mark. If you can give me the number and I'll make the flyer. I don't have no problem with it.
Listen,
because I'm about
send it to me. Whoever make the flyer,
okay,
send it to me.
You make the flyer.
I'll post
what is the flyer supposed to say,
Mark, you can literally take my number, Mark, and send me the information. I'll make the flyer. I don't have no time playing with y'all. This is my last time calling this number because y'all play too much on this phone. But if you ready to work, because I didn't went to South Shore and I was the only one there because I'm tired.
No, don't generalize.
I'm not talking about you personally, ma'am. Okay. I'm not talking about you personally. So don't put your foot in this shoe if you ain't that person.
Okay.
Okay,
so she's gonna make the flyer.
My cell phone.
So when you get it made, send it over to Martin and send it to me.
Send it to me.
Huh?
Listen, whoever get the flyer, y'all send it to me. I'm gonna post it. I'll post it to us. Well, we all post it.
There you go.
Just send it to me.
But I want to get with her to give her the information for the flyer.
If you give me the information, Mark, I'll make the flyer.
I'll send you a number,
okay,
Mark.
Can you go
Go. Well, you go to your page.
My number is 9168, Martin, the last 4 digits.
Okay, I know your number. I got your number.
Now let me say this. Let me say this. And anybody that knows me, they know I drop flyers all the time. I dropped flyers all through the election. I was trying to tell people what Brandon was about to do because I know Brandon. I'm not talking about just meeting Brandon. I've been knowing that Tom since about around 2010 when he was at Westinghouse High School and when the lady that was the CEO of Chicago Public Schools were both over there together and they were blocking children on the west side from getting into school. That's how long I've been knowing him. It was Brandon that was the Black Teacher Caucus chair that watched them 6,000 black teachers lose their job. He was supposed to be protecting them and he looked the other way, saved his job and let all them young sisters lose their jobs. And so he ain't nobody new to us that's been out here as activists, and he's owned by them white racist Jews and them socialists and all of them, you know what I'm saying? He ain't on the team with us. He's never been on the team with us. So all the people talking about give him a chance. You see what your ass got when he's giving him a chance. Soon as he got in there, he signed a bill to give everything over to the Mexicans. I mean, he created a deputy mayor, y'all. He created a deputy mayor for the first time for migrants, immigrants, and refugees. Did he create an office for Black Americans? But he created that deputy mayor for them immigrants, and he.
Okay, but Mark, the man only been there for 10 days. A lot of this felt what Ray Lopez said. A lot of this fell on Lord. He only been in there 10 days.
See,
a lot of this came from Lord.
He wasn't there 10 days when he created that deputy mayor spot for the Mexicans.
Yeah.
But what, did you see that? He wasn't there. He wasn't there 2 days. Matter of fact, he was there the same day. Soon as he was put in office, he went right in another room and signed to give the deputy mayor spot to them illegal immigrants. And y'all talking about give him a chance. I give that nigga no damn chance. I'm gonna whoop his ass until he do right.
Mark, stop it, man. Stop it. Hey, listen. Okay, y'all get the Mark. I'm gonna send you the young lady number, and we're gonna end it right here. We've been on here almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 50 minutes, and we can get the show.
Man, we always be over to, well, just give him a chance. That nigga went right up in there and signed on to take care of everybody but your black ass. You know what I'm saying? And we be, give him a chance. You know, Barack was a house nigga when he was in Chicago. Didn't y'all know that? Michelle Obama was a house nigga too. She was working for the University of Chicago. Didn't even want no black folks coming to the hospital. And she was vice president. I don't want no poor people from O-Block coming to this hospital.
All right.
That's what she said.
Well, at least Kim Fox is leaving.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it right there, people. We're gonna leave it right there. I want to call my buddy Marcus. Marcus, close us out real quick. Marcus 0941.
Well, I mean,
come on, Marcus.
It ain't much. Huh? It ain't much I can say.
Okay.
It ain't much I can say. I listened and got educated. We got to do something.
Yeah.
We got to listen to each other.
Yeah.
And we got to take action. That's the only way I can close it out.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all already know what time it is. Good night. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. Don't know about you, but I love being black. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Live, Uncut, Unedited with your boy Martin G. Johnson, a.k.a. The Crime Chaser. Live, Uncut, Unedited. This is a great learning lesson today. We learned some things today. Appreciate all my callers, listeners, and well-wishers, and my haters too. Thank you for listening, because you just made my program reach even deeper. Thank you so much. I want to thank
send the rest of and any more immigrants that come here, send them to the White House. They got plenty of room.
Plenty of room, right? Plenty of room. I want to thank my YouTube audience as well. We're growing. Grow with me. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. This is where we have real issues. We don't pull no stunts, no make-believe. We're not going to pull no stunts. This is real action. One thing about the truth, you do not have to rehearse it. We just let it flow. Thank you so much, Mama Diva. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I got to get out of here, y'all. Good night. Call in number. You already know what it is. 872